It's time for some summer action. Welcome to the beautiful Progresston Stadium, where we'll find out who will become our next champion. The 4 best teams of the professional tournament advance to the biggest championship, the Blitz Summer Cup, where the top crew will take home $25,000, a unique clan emblem, a lot of gold, a professional green camouflage, the defending champion avatar, and a stellar background for each team member. You can also watch the tournament streams to qualify for additional rewards. Stay tuned, and best of luck on the battlefield.
Good evening, Europe. Here we go live. My name is Alexandra, and we are streaming Blitz Summer Cup U Grand Finals. Best of luck to the teams. Viewers, enjoy it. And today with me, legendary Bushka again.
There's only one kind of legendary Bushka, and that's this kind. Happy to be here. Really excited to be pumped up and seeing the challenge to ARPA again. After the last time I was in the casting booth, they took all the chocolate rations home. See if someone can knock them off this time.
Okay, so before we proceed with the main part of our stream with matches, let me explain how to watch the stream to get rewards, to get 5Ks for this translation. Please let me show on my tablet. If you are on YouTube right now, please find the pinned comment and proceed with the link for your region. You will be redirected to our official portal. Here we are, and here you need to log in the top upper right corner. Please log in and watch the stream right here on portal. If you see some issues with counter or something like this right now, please reload your page and everything will be okay. So have a good battles and enjoy the stream with us. So let's check the brackets and let's meet the teams that are playing today. We're going to see 2 matches. So I will start with the lower brackets. Rejects versus Bad Bug. How do we call Bad Bug?
Be love.
Be love.
Be love, baby. It's all love.
Okay. Yeah, the first match will be between Rejects and Bad Bug. And ARPA, legendary ARPA, see, they're waiting already in the finals, so they are waiting for their opponent, honorable opponent. We'll see who will be playing against APAC pretty soon. So 2 matches and a lot of beautiful battles. We hope a lot of
a lot. We want full 7 and 9. That's what we're after.
Yeah. So let's check the visit cards of our teams to know who are today's heroes. Let's start with APA.
Here we go. Bushka's been training all week for this one. This guy is cold. He's in a butt shot. He's roaring round, and his name is Uni. Uni. Love it. There's Ventium, long-time machine of justice. Rolling in is Elmiri. Did very, very well last season. Elmiri, one of the most Kitsune ex-god. Kitsune. Get into it. Da Silva. The names are rolling off the tongue now. The heroes, the last AFK. If you've been watching Fugit's videos, you know all about him. There's Object 3. Plenty of action there. ARPA, the red-hot favourites. And can anyone unseat them? That's the question that I'm asking. There we go.
That was beautiful.
Just like we rehearsed it.
Okay, let's watch the visit card from our Be Love.
Be loved. Could you be loved, as Bobby Marley once said. And this is Could You Be Loved in the concept that's Vata. Vata doing the business. There's the Kranwagen Hagen does. Would you like an ice cream? Psychopath Evgeny. Yevgeny, I saw him last season as well. Oh, old friends. Right. Let's call that Barry or Phil. I don't know how you pronounce that. There's a Sheridan. Oh, come on, give me a break. Belarushka.
You must remember him.
I do. Classical. Don't make me say Uf Punjar again. I'm going to explode. Skilloy. Go to skill. And here we go. Letu finishing it up. That is the bedbug tilt. Wonderful emblem there. The fly or the wasp coming out of the skulls. All exciting.
Let's see Rejects.
And here we go, Rejects. RJ, Oh, we've got a TVP. Bobby Fischer, the chess legend. Get a bit of Bobby. Didn't know he'd switched it up. Scorpion. Jeez, I'm just excited to have Bobby Fischer in the house. All happening here. Zlobina Lisa. Why wouldn't you? Sounds like a question. Sounds like a punch in the face. Get some air. Get up there. Enjoy yourself. And do it at an E100 with General. Love him. Love the General. The little General. The big General. Bullying. Not like it. There's Playmaker and Santiago Bernabeu. Oh, this is unfortunate for them in the 183. One shot, 3 turrets. Nagabata. Oh, look at them all. Rejects. One and all. Loving it. They got a woof.
Oh. I hope that won't be us while watching them playing.
You're
in
going to
the
have
first
to help
match.
me out with those Russian names and stuff because I'm going to blow that. You know that.
Well, at least it's funny.
Phil. Let's call this one Phil.
So, best of luck to the teams, and we're hoping to see as many battles today as possible. But before we start our first match, let's invite our honorable analytics to the studio. So, Nino and Fugit, well known,
G'day, team.
and honorable analytics, welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's evening, finally. We can say we have the same time zone. Yeah. Okay, so it's the finals. Yeah, we saw the yesterday's first day of our European Championship. What should we expect from today?
Over to you, Nino.
I'm really looking forward to the games here. Bilaf has shown some awesome stuff. In the end, then they played against APA already yesterday, but they were lagging behind a little bit. Let's see if they get their stuff together today again. Reject was also showing some very strong performance earlier against Aqua, so I'm really excited to see who's going to get into the grand finals there among them.
Yeah.
Reject.
So
On the
Aqua left the championship, yeah, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
anyway, the fourth place are there. So congratulations with the first place. They did really great job.
Yeah, I mean, it was sad to see Aqua go. Rejects, well, they grew into the tournament yesterday, and they were the ones to knock Aqua out. They're one to look out for here. But the thing is, we can't forget APA won autumn season last year, winter season, and spring season this year. Are they going to be able to do the full 4 autumn, winter, spring, and summer? They are very, very strong. Yeah, the Grand Slam, as Bushka says. They're very, very strong. Rejects did take a couple of games off them yesterday, but the thing to note about APA, once they lose a game, they come back ever so strong and really very aggressive. So, got to beat them. Simple as that.
Okay, so any predictions who will be in the grand finals fighting again against Alpha?
Oh, I would say actually it's more likely to be Rejects. They have more experience on the top level. Bilaf definitely has a chance, but they will have to focus a lot more than yesterday. Both teams, or all of the teams, have had their ups and downs this season. There was not like the clear winner apart from APA, which has been really, really strong, and that's definitely the team to beat here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's difficult to say. I mean, I hope B-Love do bring their A game, but after what I saw yesterday from Rejects, I'd like to see them there as well. They worked so hard last night against Aqua.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, you know, I'd love both of the teams to get there, and it's in their grasp. They both got it to play for at the end of the day. And may the best team win. Best of luck to both of them.
As usual, yeah. I can say that a lot of players are supporting our Rejects this season. So many comments supporting Rejects, and I want to say thanks to all players who follows our tournaments and who supports team. That's very important both for us and for teams, and I think that your support matters for them to feel comfortable and more confident. So thank you so much. And of course, below, you might also know this team by Mercy. well-known players here, and they're very aggressive, very strong, and I think that they have very, very good and high chances to be also in the grand final. So let the strongest team win.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to see some battles. And again, traditionally we pray to see as many battles as possible, but the first match means that we're going to see 4 victories for one team, and that means that this team will be in grand finals. Let's check the picks and bans and see what maps are going to be present during our first match.
Pick ban, pick ban.
Pick ban. That can be your in-game name.
Pick ban.
Okay.
Lagoon.
Lagoon.
Such a tough one, isn't it? Like, it's just been very wild. Every time we've seen that in tournament play, it's been a little bit lopsided.
For this level of playing, everything is easy.
Yeah, well, the decider being Black Goldville, the tiebreaker, I like that. That's a pretty even map. Very nice in the spawns. The same kind of maps that we've been getting the whole way through. We haven't seen much win of Malinovka, although we did see a lot of Rockfield in the APAC server. But yeah, they look like pretty solid maps all around. I'm not surprised to see Canal in there. That's a favourite for everyone, I think.
Absolutely. So when we talk about finals, I think that it's all about mind games, not about how do you know the map, like 99% or 100%. They know these maps pretty well. They know vehicles very well. They know how to play it. And now, yeah, we're talking about mind games, how to overplay and overthink your opponent. So we'll see what's going to happen in our Yukon finals, because European teams always show some show, and they show no mercy.
Yeah, ingenuity and ruthlessness. That's been a calling card for all these EU finals, and ARPA were very much like that last time we did this.
Absolutely.
Let's see how they rumble now.
Yeah, and little spoiler for you who is watching our stream right now, we're going to have some information leaking between our first and second match, so stay tuned and we'll share what's going to happen pretty soon in the game. And I bet you will like it, because there are some huge things and quite interesting, so stay tuned, and between the first and second match we'll spoil some in-game features. Yeah. So hello once again to everyone who is watching our Europe Grand Finals. We are very happy to see you. Thank you so much for spending your evening or morning or afternoon, because we have players from all over the world, and thank you so much for spending your time with us. And we hope that you will like and enjoy the battles and matches. To receive rewards, to receive keys for watching the stream, please proceed to our official portal. In case you're watching us on YouTube, you can check the pinned comment, proceed to portal, log in, and watch the stream to receive the keys. Best of luck to the teams. Okay, so as we have already mentioned, the first map we're going to see is Lagoon, and we're going to see the match between Bluff and Rejects. As we have already discussed, both teams are very strong, and they have tons of support from our community. And what will decide who will be the winner? Luck? Skill?
Well, Lagoon, it's about isolating targets. There's so much cover for a tank, and if you get caught on the wrong side of one of those ravines or gullies, you can be 50 feet from 4 teammates and still get gunned down 3-1, because it's tough being that mobile. So tank choice will be important. You're probably going to see a lot of Strev Ks. The big cumbersome kind of hold tanks you're only going to use on the flanks, maybe some object 777s. Here we go, Lagoon, the divide and conquer map of World of Tanks Blitz. One of the most confounding public maps I've ever played. It's like snakes and ladders with a bottle of vodka. It's absolutely crackers. We'll see people trying to drop down into cover behind these ravines and these gullies to maintain hit point pools, and whoever can focus fire the best is going to walk away a winner in this one. Lots of intersecting fields of fire, lots of different ways for things to go wrong. We're kicking this one off, Rejects versus B-Love. Love the Bees. A lot of AMXM for the Firebirds there from B-Love, so they've obviously got a plan. One FV4202. That is the first FV4202 we have seen this summer season finals. So very exciting there. And as we expected on the left, in red, that is your Rejects clan, a heap of Strev Ks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Strev Ks and an Object 777. So at least they were listening to me. This is a little bit different to everything we've seen thus far on Lagoon. Very much a meeting of the minds around the B cap. Now, usually we see either an A or a C strat, a bit of a clockwise go-round, but this is good old school tete-a-tete. The Strev K's trying to get some gunshots down the middle there on the AMX, and I can see why they're running those AMX M4s. Lots of angles, lots of big side scraping on the left. There's a Bonamo in the middle. How is he getting away with that? He's capping B, and he's surrounded by 5 tanks, but this is those ravines we're talking about. They're resetting him now. That's Latu in the Strev K getting down there to reset Bonamo, but he's taking shots back. He's not getting away with it easy. The Strev K's on the outside of Playmaker, making plays. Here comes Belarus. Is that right? Am I close? Sounds like it. Let's get there after the game. Bobby Fischer, chess champion, going high off the top turnbuckle as Playmaker starts to take a bit of a dent. They're really going head-to-head there in the middle. Santiago Bonabo, he's getting all busy up in the business of Skilloid, who's taking another donk. Slabina Lisa, who's been high and now getting low, and Bonabo can only hold for so long. 1 tank down, 2 tanks down to 1 now, but the hit points are definitely favouring the B-Love tilt as they come screaming around the corner, and this is that isolationist policy we were talking about. Oh, just a very difficult setup there from Rejects, and they look to be in all kinds of strife. 3k the difference in hit points, and they're 2 guns down. Although Psychopath Evgeny and Rimai Pellitis says, he's in trouble as well at 766 hit points. Psychopath Evgeny, they've really isolated him. They've decided that he's going to be the next one to go, but they're starting to fight back here on the hit point pool. There's Bobby Fischer's very low. Bobby Fischer's in real trouble. 106 hit points. That's not enough to get the job done. And this is going to be an odd one. The first FV4202 we've seen come into the field, and they've walked away champions and walked away convincing winners in the end. Didn't look so convincing the whole time, but they get the job done.
Very confident.
Very confident.
Very confident. But it's only the first battle of our first match. So congratulations to our team below, and they grabbed the first point in our first match of Blitz Summer Cup you're watching grand finals, and pretty soon we'll know the champion of our Europe region. So how it was?
Yeah, I'm really fascinated by the decision to run the FV4202 there, because like, considering what it brings to the table, maybe there's a specific situation they're looking to use Hesh and really juice the DPM from side shots. That would certainly be a good way of doing things. Such a crazy map, and they held very, very well both sides for a long time, but when it went wrong fast for Rejects. Bonabo, they knew he was in that B cap for just forever, and eventually he had to go down. They isolated him, they pushed hard, and there was no real opportunity for a counter push from Rejects there. Very interesting strat. I'm not sure what they were thinking putting Bonabo into the B cap. Latu reset him pretty confidently, and then it was just clean up on aisle 9 as they out-traded them, and very casual about it as well. They didn't rush, they didn't push, they just went nice and easy, shared their hit points, and very comfortable victory in the end. Didn't look that way for most of it, but when it went bad fast.
Yeah. By the way, the setup was quite similar, yeah?
Yeah.
Both teams have like the same vehicles. Asterisk and IMX like the FEVs during our tournaments, yeah. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen next. Next map is gonna be Yukon.
Yukon. Well, I will be fascinated to see the team makeup here. And do they completely ignore this medium flank? We've seen that a few times in tournaments over the past few years, where teams will just basically run a whole bunch of heavies. The Strev K has had a huge impact on maps like Yukon because it gives teams the ability to still maintain a lot of mobility and still maintain a lot of DPM, but do it in a heavy tank fashion. It's like having a giant Centurion 7-on-1 with an engine boost. Yukon, very interesting map, very difficult to see how they're going to run it.
Music is so positive.
Yeah. Here we go again. They love the AMX, 3 AMXs, 3 Strev Ks, and a 121B, which we have seen quite a bit of, featured all over the place. Nagabator in the AMX, Santiago in the Object 777 is sticking with what he knows. Bobby Fischer loves the Strev K. There's 5 Strev Ks over there on the red team, and they are, as we expected, just ignoring that medium flank and absolutely crusading through the guts into C. Are they going to make a trade of it, or are they going to get a cap? Well, they're going to grab C cap. We saw in the APAC finals that Rote Nova just out-traded everyone. That was their game plan. And this is looking like a really... They've done it again. They've mirror imaged. We have a big push down the left-hand side of your screen there. There is a Strev K from B Love looking to get angled shots on General Playmaker and Scorpion Drago. That's a tough gig for the Strev Ks, though. The AMX has a lot more hit points and a lot more armor. Not the DPM. He's pulled back. Well done. Good job. Just contracting there. The trades are all happening. Very even on the hit point pool at the moment. Skilludius, big, looking dangerous. Oh, they're going to counter. They're going to counter push around the outside. And they've caught Ryan Mapellet in big trouble. But Classical from B-Love has pushed through. And Slabina Lisa's now going to be in trouble. Playmakers coming through the guts with Bobby Fischer. Skilludius goes down. Rejects doing a great job of counter pushing. But they are very low on the hit point pool now. 2 guns down each. Slabina Lisa's about to go as well. Takes a big hit first, though. Nice way to carry the hit points through. And they are sharing beautifully behind that C cap. It's now 4 on 4, though. Latu is super low. Slabina Lisa's been in this forever. Backing it up, trying to stay alive through one more shot. 339. Slabina Lisa rolls to 37. Hit points. Psychopath Yevgeny. They've isolated 3 on 2 here. Here comes Nagabator. He's got to get involved. It's a 2v2 now. If Latu goes down, and Latu still in this, fighting somewhere out the back against Bobby Fischer, I think. Nagabator's got all the hit points, which is unfortunate. They need to get Bobby Fischer back over here. This is a 2v1. Bobby's rolling in. They've got 2 caps, but it's not going to be a cap win, this thing, I don't think. This is going to go down to the hit points pool, and they've isolated. They've seen Bobby Fischer. That's an unfortunate miss for Bobby, and he takes one in return. They really needed to win that trade, Rejects. This is a 1-0 up to B-Love at the moment, and they are definitely looking the favourites. Now, this is where the Strev Ks, they really have to get involved, and the bigger armor profile of the AMX isn't helping. The silhouette, rather, not the armor profile. Hard to maintain a good angle versus 2 tanks. Nagabator doing his best. He can't oh, great miss there. Bobby Fischer coming around the corner, gets one in. Takes one back, but doesn't go down. 34 hit points. Oh, they're sharing the hit points really well. Psychopath Yevgeny came and said, you want to shoot? Shoot me. And Nagabator knew that if he shot Yevgeny, it was going to be all over anyway. Excellent fight. Really well done. Clutching up from B-Love. They just managed to put 3 tanks on 2 round the back end of that C-cap on the counter push. And it came up trumps. 4,000 damage for Yevgeny. No joke. Nagabator with 4K as well. Big numbers, big guns, lots of heavy tanking love.
That's what we call finals. Yeah. So 2-0 is the current score, and Rejects, come on. You have to win some battles.
Yeah, they do. We need it to go to 7. Come on, guys.
But below, crazy.
Yeah, they did such a good job with that counter push. Again, they just absorbed the pressure, waited, and then when Rejects pushed down, I thought they might be in trouble. They might have isolated. But they did a great job. They shared their hit points really, really well. A couple of times they rolled guys right down to 30 hit points. Slabina Lisa was very, very low. If you watch on the outside, Vada in the 121B doesn't feature very much here. And I thought that might have been a key thing for the tilt from B-Love to have Vada being a little more mobile. But these Strev Ks, they're just so aggressive. And they've got so much DPM that if they catch anyone out of position, it's a short matchup. I mean, they're easily clearing AMX M4s, which is so much armor, but they just keep putting them in difficult predicaments. There's Vada, you can see him in the 121B rolling down. involved in that big 3v2 with Playmaker and Slabina Lisa. Nagabeta just a little bit slow to get there, but they do trade out very well. And here's Psychopath Yevgeny coming forward saying, if you're going to shoot anyone, mate, it's going to be me. You're not touching my buddy. Well done. Beautiful hit point trading, beautiful hit point sharing, and a well-deserved pick up there.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that Rejects even understanding that there is a little chance
Just a
winning
little,
this
just a little
battle.
one.
They were still fighting. Okay, that's professional esport, and that's how you should act on the battlefield.
You
Yeah.
never know, you might get an ammo rack. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
It's
You never
happened
know.
before. It's happened.
Okay, so the next map is going to be Canal. Rainy.
Yeah.
Mysterious.
Canal. Aminette's favourite, I believe, this one. A very, very fun map. Almost the most fun comp map, I think, because there's such a great amount of caps. You've got the 4 caps, but you've also got so many caps that aren't accessible to either side until they make a push. So when teams do get angry and get a little bit rowdy and go cap hunting, it can have a massive impact on the game. And we've seen so many games on Canal that have come down to supremacy points. And we've seen 2 1-2-1-Bs over there. So Varda's joined by Latu in a 1-2-1-B, and then 3, in fact. Psychopath Yevgeny is now running a 1-2-1-3. Our first Type 71, that's Skeloidius. That is the B-Love tilt, and they are going low beneath that B cap. This is a very, very aggressive strategy. Are they going to send anyone to the right? General from Rejects is going to go to the right, I believe. It's almost like a merry-go-round here. This is what we're talking about. It's very easy to access, but they have not grabbed a cap. So you would think they are looking for a cap strat, the boys and girls of B-Love, but Rejects are looking for a kill strat. They're going to go grab the A cap up the top of the map. You can see there. They have a light tank, Bobby Fischer in the T100 LT. Very, very important tank on this map. And they'd be looking to cap out and, well, clip out Santiago Bernardo and Nagabeta Boek in the TVPs. They are dangerous if they can get used, but they've really got to conserve those hit points early. Yevgeny taking a big donk there in the 1-2-1-B already. They're on the cap and on the hit points table. The boys and girls of B-Love are going downhill, and they are in the ascendancy, though, on the supremacy table. Of course, the fact that there's 2 TVPs and a T100 LT is balanced up by the fact that there are 3 1-2-1-Bs on the bedbug side of the coin. Not much happening here. In fact, no hit points lost by Rejects at all. And B-Love are just holding serve, as well they should, because they are 40 points up. And you'd have to think, look at Bobby Fischer on the left of screen there. Beautiful hold position. He's not... If you're a player in a public match and you want to know how to drive a light tank, Bobby isn't actually right behind the bush there. He's using the bush, but he's more or less just spotting intermittently and sliding back up that mountain, and it's stifling any push down that D-cap flank that they want to make. And that's the value of using that light tank. Bobby's really got that covered. He can also access the back end of the spawn and get out of there pretty bloody quick. He's going high now on the right side. Look at him just trying to give vision for his team. And it's making it very difficult for B-Love to get anything happening. Although, to be honest, B-Love looks dug in like the proverbial bedbug there behind that D-cap. I can't see anyone. They've got a heavy, I believe that might be the Type 71, hiding just behind the B cap there, so they'll be able to reset there, and no one in their right mind is going to try and cap that C cap. This could well come down to one of those, let's push right on 800 supremacy points and try and flip a tank, flip a cap, and go away a winner. Slabina Lisa, got to be careful. They're the only person spotted on the entire map. On either side is Slabina Lisa. You'd feel a little bit shaky in your boots on that one. Psychopath Yevgeny, he has gone absolutely quiet. With only 1,000 hit points left, he would be a 100% prime target for the boys and girls of Rejects. Now they're setting up here for something. You can see the 3 Strev-K starting to make their way back. They're swinging around under the B cap. If we look at the bottom left of the mini-map, you'll see that Rejects have stacked 3 tanks behind the light tank of Bobby Fischer in the red spawn, and now they're pushing back through the middle to take the off-ramps on either side of the bridge here. This has all the hallmarks of a counter-push. They're going to have to make a counter-push. If things are as they stand, Slabina Lise has taken the first hit, by the way, for the Rejects team. Here comes the push. And it had to happen, but there's an awful lot of tanks back here. I don't know if they realise how many there are. The TVPs are looking to cap out, but Scorpion and Drago is not in a friendly place there. That is a really difficult place. You might want to go hull down, but you can't hide from that many tanks at once. And this is an absolutely glorious trap from Bedbug. However, the rest of the team is coming screaming across here. Nagabeta Boak is on a reload. Banabo is on a reload. They've isolated him. Latu knows this. They've clipped out Nagabeta, got all the DPM in the world, but absolutely useless once you hit that reload button. And that is 3 tanks down as Slabina Lise goes the way of the Dodo. On 28 hit points at the moment. About to go. Classical goes, so they've done well. They've fought back hard, but they are so far down on hit points, and they don't have the guns. They've got 1 extra cap point, but that's not going to make much of a difference here. Santiago Banabo hanging on by the skin of his teeth. 33 hit points, 1844 for Playmaker, and he holds all the cards, but it is absolutely too little too late. Difficult to see how they thought that was going to go. Look, they had to do something, but I don't feel that that was what they had to do. Either way, it was a great map, and that was the most dominant performance we've seen yet from the team of B-Love. They just smashed them. That was...
Absolutely.
Yeah, just a much better tactical performance.
When Rejects started their rush, it was thinking like, isn't it a mistake?
Yeah.
It was a mistake.
Yeah. Well, they had vision. They had vision from Bobby Fischer's T100 LT, but no one was spotted for minutes there from the B-Love team. And there was really no way for Rejects to be certain of where everyone was. They made a choice. They had to make a choice. They had to move. They didn't get to the cap quick enough because they went under the B cap. And I think they were expecting B-Love to contest B and contest D, but B-Love just took a 1 cap strat and they were far too slow. That T100 LT of Bobby Fischer would have been better off racing out to the A cap and grabbing it first. Either way, once they pushed, they were just set up in lines behind waiting for them. And they were easy trades to make. Like, it was just a tough gig. Very tough. All round. That's the joy of supremacy.
Absolutely. So, this next battle might be the last one in the first match. Because it's the first...
Come on, Rejects.
The first match, we need 4 victories for the team to proceed to the grand finals. So, should we call Comeback Bureau again?
Yeah, come
Seems
on.
like it works sometimes.
Come on, get the Comeback Bureau on the line. Tell them we've got a little situation happening down here in Vilnius. Oh, come on, guys.
Rejects, come on, Zlobina. We know each other for so many years. I will call your mom. Not Comeback Bureau. Maybe it works. Okay, so guys, don't give up, and everything will be cool. Okay, so the next map we're going to see is New Bay. New Bay, all teams.
New Bay, all teams. Well, New Bay. This is an absolute train wreck of a map if you don't control that bridge and that center. It's so easy for things to come a cropper when you get funneled down the middle of the map. We've seen some very, very good strats here, particularly on the North American server. We saw Origin with a push here that came awry against Jokers. And I think if there's anything like that, we're going to see a little work around the base of the bridge. B-Love going for a very different look here. 2 VK7201s. I just actually made a video on that tank today, so very pertinent. I can tell you all about the 7201. Bobby Fischer is in the Badger now. The first time we've seen the Badger today. And then again, just an absolute bucket load of Strev Ks with an AMX and an Object 777 thrown in for good measure. We're going to focus here on Rejects. They are not mucking around this time. They are going straight to C. This is almost like a reverse clock. You can see that the boys and girls of B-Love have gone up towards the A cap, where you'd expect, and they're going to control the middle of the map, but no one is actually really holding on the top of the bridge. Tank Park down here is where you can see Santiago Bernabeu. He wanted to cap Lagoon, and he's actually finally got a cap here on New Bay. What a look. They're well back. This is a reversal, an almost exact reversal of what we just saw on Canal, where B-Love got to the cap early, got a lead, and then forced Rejects to push towards them. You can see that B-Love now are well behind on cap points, and they're going to try and force the team of... Look, I have a problem here, because 2 VK7201Ks, they are great tanks for holding. I'm not sure how they're going to utilize 2 tanks that are so good at holding when they need to go and push. So it looks like they're going to leave the 7201Ks mid-map, holding that corridor, and then they're going to flank around through the spawn. You can see through that right side of the mini-map and get shots down behind. So they're giving time for the 7201Ks, that's Skilloid and Rymapel, to get up and do the business while they sit right underneath the spawn there. This is classy tanking. They've obviously got a plan here. They must have a counter plan, because with tanks that big and that slow, you're always, here they come. Look at them trundling down the middle of the map. What a bunch of clouds. You gotta love it. They're sending one either side, and this is what the 7201K does. You call it the fisherman, because you just keep putting that nose out and trying to get people to shoot at it, get a bounce. It gets up to like 550 millimeters of armor profile when angled correctly on that top glacis, and the lower glacis is still like 350. So you need to get big heat pens like an IS-4 or something in there. If you're running APCR, you're going to struggle to pen it. But the sides are obviously absolutely wafer thin, and you're going to get rocked and socked. Look at them. This is a very weird push. They've set up for this like in tiny increments, and Rejects has really let them do whatever they want. Psychopath Yevgeny takes a hit. Bobby Fischer in the Badger, he's already down. We saw Rote Nova on the APAC finals have a wonderful push down this exact line. And I wonder if these guys have watched that Rote Nova final and they've set up for it, because they are really staggered all the way back. B-Love are looking to isolate Rejects and find a chink in the armor, and Rejects are just sitting rock solid, giving them nothing. They're counter-punching now the other way back towards the middle. They're still down. Like, they've not been able to get anyone to bite on the 27201Ks. Look at them. They're like, come on, guys, come and play with us. Come and do some stuff. They're not going to move. Like, the call here is such a weird call, because they're huge, big German side-scraping, nose-hugging tanks.
They're just enjoying the park.
They really are loving the park, aren't they?
Yeah, and the
like,
park is waiting for the train.
Yeah, yeah, well, they're going to have to do something soon. There's 2.5 minutes left, but, I mean,
But the
Rejects
park is
well
so
up.
beautiful.
Beautiful park. They're spread out.
green.
They're more spread out now than they were at the start of this whole thing. I'd love to be a fly on the wall and actually hear what's going on in the Discord chat, how they're trying to plan this. What they probably want to do is just go for the age-old flip one tank right at the end of the countdown and race ahead. I don't know if they'll be able to do it. Maybe put a tank into CCAP and just trade someone out. They've got so many hit points. You can see those 2 VKs. They're at nearly 3k hit points each. You angle those things up off each other. You can maybe last for 30 seconds if you can get lucky, and then just flip a tank in between. You're going all the way back. 700 on the cap circle there for Rejects. 650 for B-Bug. B-Love.
Fueling their tanks.
Yeah, they're getting donuts. Look there. See there. Oh, it must be so hard to just hold. Rejects have got to know that these guys are moving all over the map. At some point, you're going to know it's up, because once the VKs commit, it'll be happening. And they're going to start moving down. They're going to try and do this and get the timing perfect. Evgeny's been spotted there by Playmaker, and Cops are 49, 101. They're just HEing him now. Why wouldn't you? 32, and he HEs him back. We're going to exchange high explosive love letters across the back of the B cap at Tank Park. Varda takes a knock through the nose, 264. That's premium. Oh, that's more like it. That's what we came to see. Bobby Fischer in the Badger. 1,100 hit points. You can see the VKs. Watch carefully the middle of the map. They haven't moved yet. They're rotating Bobby Fischer out and moving around. They're going to grab that B cap though now, and they've done such a good job. I mean, they've waited right till the end, and now the shoe is on the other foot. Big mistake there. That's what those VKs were for. We were so slow to see it. But when you've got two 640 alpha guns, you can't comfortably cross and contest that B cap. And because of that, Scorpion and Drago has had to make a move, and he's gone all the way around the back, and he's capping A. What a clutch play in the Strength K. What an absolute clutch play. But it's left him a gun down. It's left them a gun down. Here comes Rymapel in the VK 7201. There's one tog. Here it comes, like the Cowboys and their kid. They're rolling in like the ocean. They're going to isolate one and flip him right at the end. That's what they're going to try and do. This is all about hit point trading and focus firing. Varda is so low. So's General. So's Bobby Fischer. 927. It's out. They've run out of time. Oh my God. Talk about just...
the timer.
Like, so did I. Like, I can't believe that was just crackers.
Whoa. I guess Rejects get
got the win.
point, yeah?
They got the win. They didn't even, like, they went so long. They didn't even get time to clear one tank.
Because their move might cost, like,
Yeah.
everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rejects were just
understand why
hanging
was
on by their
standing.
fingernails. Incredible stuff. Like, really thoughtful tanking by them. And just a strategic test match. Like, we saw Scorpion and Drago, the play of the game. I don't know how he got round the back there without being spotted so quickly. I wasn't paying enough attention to it. But he got round the back and recapped A uncontested. And you saw the TD racing down to try and get to him at the end. But, I mean, it's a Badger. It's not going to go fast enough.
That was interesting battle. Imagine the replay.
I've never seen two VK7201s.
6 minutes of standing.
Like, yeah, they had a plan for them. Like, they did use them. They did absolutely stop anyone from going across and contesting B, but Scorpion didn't care. He just went and took A. They just won anyway.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so the current score is 3-1, finally.
Good clutch up by
Rejects received 1 point. So, that means that we're going to see more battles.
Yeah.
We are waiting for the best replay of the season. I bet there won't be any better because
I can't believe
this
that
professional
we've seen
standing.
no replays. This is like 8 years ago when you're on Falls Creek, the old map, where you just all rush the middle, 7 tanks, and cap it out before anyone could do anything. Absolutely wild. Crazy.
Let's jump to Castilla.
Well, if you want to see a map that has a lot of inactivity at times, Castilla is usually the one, not New Bay. We're going to see how that goes, though. The last few times we've seen Castilla has been absolutely Jats Cracker electric. There we go, the top of Castilla, absolutely the 100% must-go-to tower. If you want vision, if you want to suppress, if you want to cause difficulty for any of the TDs, that is where you like to go and you like to own it. Of course, it's not without risk. The heavy route there up at the windmill, Don Quixote style, is often a great cross shot. We've seen people in the APAC finals go straight into the B cap. What are we going to see here? Well, the teams are going to tell us a lot. A lot of Strev Ks, a double TVP clip out, and another FV4202. Well, that's the first time I've seen one all season in these finals, that is, not in the overall. Double TVPs and Bobby Fischer again in the T100 LT. I love how these T100 LTs are featuring light tanks, are my favourite tanks to play, and they really do give great vision. Bobby Fischer is taking up a great position there behind that A-cap. He's going to be able to spot people as they go up that hill. This is looking like an iron fist, but luckily for Rejects, they are already in position to counter push and counter punch here. The Strev Ks are all going up that hill. Double TVP. Santiago Bernardo is on the reload. Oh, look at this. The TVPs have both dumped and they've hurt them bad. Still, big push, and you hate to see it, but they are stuck down in the water here, and they're gone. Look at Bernardo going off the top turnbuckle, straight through, no stopping to collect $200 at Monopoly Land. Scorpion and Drago is in trouble. He's out. I think he got a little bit too excited. Scaloidius, there goes Playmaker. He's not even reloaded, and he's just jumped in the water. What is going on? This is absolutely ridiculous. Rejects thought they had him caught. They just got too busy, and they've actually gone from being on top of the mountain and owning all the territory to now being on the bottom of the mountain, pushing back up the hill. Latu is the super low hit point there. They're protecting Latu, trying to keep Latu out of trouble in the Strev cave. Slabina, Lisa, and General pushing back. Here comes a counter push. There's Vada. Gonna clip out on General. Slabina, Lisa has to go down. Look at General. Bleeding hard. Oh, Latu goes right to the front. 300. That's to know that's not a good idea. 3,600 hit points versus 2,600. I think someone put caffeine in the IV for the two TVPs. Santiago Byrne and Nagabeta went flying off without even being reloaded. Playmaker Rejects, they had that in the palm of their hand, and now they're fighting tooth and nail to try and regain some kind of supremacy. Here's trouble. Vada can clear the lot. This is crazy. Boom. Vada takes a hit. Not enough though. That was always going to be trouble. Oh, this is where the TVP comes in. You do not love to see it. A TVP with so many hit points just rolling around the map, ready to clip out. Here comes another one. We said he's going to take them all, and we weren't bloody wrong. Vada now chasing down Bobby Fischer, looking for the absolute finish. Poor old Rejects. They had it, and then it slipped like sands through the hourglass, right between their fingers. Vada knows to reload at least before he goes flying off into the moat, and Bobby Fischer desperately trying, but Vada will not be denied. Oh,
Bless you.
Wow.
Okay, look at these gentlemen. These gentlemen go to grand finals. Congratulations.
They can't have felt good about that. They had to be nervous, but then they just got the job done. Like they were in the bottom in the water, getting absolutely zonked. And then they've somehow ended up on top of Castilla Hill. So much for camping in Castilla. My God. They couldn't get it over with quick enough.
That was beautiful.
It was amazing. That was
Yeah.
beautiful gameplay.
That was funny.
Much better than New Bay.
Okay, so now we know who is fighting against Abba and Belov. Congratulations here in the grand finals. Well deserved, and the team is so young, so young, and beautiful.
They're all little babies. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but full of energy, and good strats. That was amazing. Congratulations. Okay, so I think
Can we get a replay of those two TVPs just trying to do Superman things off the top of it? It's like the craziest. Like, it's like some kind of TikTok. It's like just.
Let's watch replay, and we'll cut some best moments of these TVPs doing some dirty things on the battlefield.
Yeah. So this is where I thought they'd absolutely nailed it. They had the vision. Bobby Fischer went down to the T100. He spotted these guys crossing. They went for a little bit of a B-cap strat, so they were going to be guns down. And then you can see Bernardo goes screaming. Look at Nagabeta. Nagabeta's not even reloaded. He just goes running down. Look at Playmaker. Hello. That's ridiculous. And then the next thing you know, all the blue B-Love players are at the top of the mountain, and all these guys down here are like, I can't believe that would actually be a strat that they intentionally, you know the TVP, you know that he was coming to do this. Like, having that many hit points left in a TVP on that many low hit point targets is a tanker's dream, an absolute dream. Poor old Vada, he couldn't get there quick enough.
Okay, so congratulations to Team Rejects. You take the third place in our Blitz Summer Cup Championship. Great job, well done. You've been fighting very hard, and we love your gameplay and don't give up, please. We want to see more of your beautiful
More of that,
battles.
100%.
Yeah. So 3rd place and some dollars for your happy life. Why not? Let's invite Analytics and discuss how it was. Sometimes funny, sometimes painful.
Paul, over to
Amazing
you
battles,
first.
actually. Well, I've just been absolutely amazed by the last game here. I think it was a bit off camera. The TVPs were actually just pushing through the river behind everyone and just clipping down the tanks there from the back. And that was meaning that Reject was having to push forwards. They had no other chance. So the TVPs could get back up on the hill. They're taking the high ground, and that was just absolutely awesome. That gameplay, never seen that before.
It was wild.
I hope we won't see it again.
I mean, looking at this game, I mean, this game, they started, to be fair, it looked like a traditional meta lineup for Rejects, but they did a pretty unfamiliar strat going into the middle there.
Yeah. Also, I've got to say, Reject was just suffering a lot on the trades early on. These strats were kind of even, but just Rejects getting out-traded and Beloved then pushing in here. And just picking up one gun after the other was just a slight advantage, but the hit point advantage was increasing as the gun advantage was increasing as well, with a DPM difference growing thereby. So
Yeah, I
great
mean,
game for the start here.
Beloved just managed to control this map from the start, isolated the tanks, had much better focus fire.
On Yukon here, we could see Reject going very aggressively into the middle, just taking base C and pushing for B. They intended to shoot out those tanks on B there, and they had a lot of map control, but they lost a lot of hit points early on again, because they just found the AMX M4s to the front with lots of armor and big guns there. And it was really tricky to push forwards onto them. And we could see them some interesting back and forth then, but I think it was down to a few hit points in the end only then.
Yeah, I mean, this game was just a brilliant comeback from Beloved. I mean, kudos to both Rumpelstiltskin and Psychopath Yevgeny. It took a lot of nerve to hold on and clutch this one at the end. Rejects really looked like they were in a good position, but wow, these two players, Rumpelstiltskin and Psychopath Yevgeny, they were the stars of this game.
Yeah, could have still gone anywhere there on that game. On this strat here, Reject attempted to go for some B shootout, just set up everything in the back here, push forward with those heavy tanks to crossfire B from lots and lots of different angles, but that was not working out, as we could see here. B-Lab was being all on D, so Reject had to re-push then with a cap deficit, and that was not working out, as B-Lab just baited really well in the back there, in that corner, and waited for that push of Reject.
Yeah, I thought on this one, Beloved put themselves into a great position. They knew the push was going to come at some time, and it seemed to me that Reject's push here was a little bit sort of tentative. Scorpion Drago seemed to be a little bit isolated, and that allowed the big counter push from Beloved.
Okay, next one here on New Bay. Rejects just going for very little map control for the start, just going for the park area, which is just great from that spawn, allowing the team also to take an early cap advantage, and Beloved had to play around with that. They had to just push into the enemy spawn, did not find any options, retook base B, and they just did not manage to keep base A at the same time here. Very sneaky gameplay by Scorpion Drago, just getting behind, and they were still having so many tanks at the front that it was impossible to push forwards.
Yeah, I mean, Scorpion Drago played a classic there, but the amount of nerves it took for Rejects to hold was unreal. This game, well, what can you say? I mean, it looked like Rejects had it in the bag. They managed to get them in a crossfire here, then tanks went flying, there were Superman interpretations all over the place, and it was a big switcheroo. And all of a sudden, the tanks that were at the top were at the bottom, and the tanks at the bottom were at the top.
Yeah, the TVPs coming from behind there were just immense power to put out the damage from above there. With the Beloved tank, you can see them all on the hill there, just shooting down onto Rejects. That high ground advantage cannot be neglected here. And then, of course, that clipping power by these toxic TVP tanks is just insane.
Yes, they are mildly obscene.
Yes, I strongly agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we know the two teams that are going to be fighting against each other in grand finals. That means that APA versus Belov will play best of 9.
Let's hope it goes to 9.
And we know that these two teams already met each other in our previous tournaments. So what should we expect? Because I know that both teams took their chance to dominate each other, and like as for me, the chances are equal now. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think
we'll
you are
see.
wrong.
Yesterday they already played. Go on.
No, over to you, Paul. Please, before.
All right. Yeah, yesterday API was just much more dominant than Belov, and I felt like they just lagged behind a lot there, and they were not on top level. They were doing some mistakes, having some tanks isolated, allowing API to push in. But the games we've seen here on the last ones, Belov
The
definitely
last
has a chance
ones,
there.
yeah, like during professional tournaments, during our previous tournaments. Like,
Yeah, the games we've just seen from Belov here on the very last battles against Rejects, there they really showed some great stuff. And I think with that kind of gameplay, APA is going to struggle a lot more, which I personally also hope for, to have some very close, exciting games until the very end then.
they might be a bit nervous now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Fugit, what do you think? What
Well,
would
I
be the
think
outcome?
APA is still incredibly strong. They did meet Belov yesterday, and they did turn them over 4-0. However, the Belov team yesterday is not the Belov team we've just seen today. They're the same players, but they've come back. They've come in today with a different mindset and a different purpose.
Fair enough.
And I would hope they take APA to the wire, but never underestimate the strength that APA has. They've got some great players. They've got a lot of experience. So is Belov, and they are looking for that grand slam. So,
Okay,
Love a bit of terminology there. Let's do it.
let's do it. So, Nino, Fugit, thank you so much. We'll see you after the second match. Enjoy the battles and enjoy the information we're going to share about upcoming features in World of Tanks Blitz. Thank you.
thank you.
So, as we have already mentioned, we have some stuff for you to show and to leak about upcoming features and cool things that we want to introduce you in update 10.3. But before we start, let me remind you that we have a small but very nice contest for you. Not contest, just random giveaway. We want to give 10,000 gold to 10 lucky viewers of our stream. So stay tuned till the very end. We will pick 10 lucky winners during this stream who is watching us live, and good luck. So let's show the video of coming soon. it was. I hope that you're as excited as we are and you have some goosebumps because I bet that we've just shown the features that a lot of players asked for us to add in the game, and finally we have some cool stuff to be present in the game. Bushka, let's play a game. What did you notice in our video?
I loved the graphical remodeling.
Oh, yes.
Yes, always loved the fancy graphics, but I particularly liked the ability to pinpoint a certain area on the map. That's going to be very, very handy when you're trying to show people where TDs are or light tanks behind bushes and such. And yeah, I like that, particularly to promote a little bit more team play.
Yeah, so we will show the video once again, and let's discuss what just has happened. A new platoon interface. Sick, stylish, very convenient, very modern, so just wow effect. And I hope that you guys like it. Now it's even more pleasure to play in platoon with your bro. Also, yes, as Bushka mentioned, and as you can see on your screens right now, we are still working on our quick commands, and one quick command hold position will be removed and 3 new commands will be added. Stay tuned to know the details, but some spoilers were already shown during this video. New branch of Polish medium tanks. I know that you guys love researchable vehicles, and yes, the new Polish medium line will start from tier 5 to tier 10. As always, as you want, 6 vehicles. The gameplay style is quite similar to each other. Armor for a medium.
Yeah.
Classic medium armor. Yeah. There
Lots
won't
of
be
damage.
any new mechanics, but maybe we'll work with some consumables and provisions. So stay tuned, and I hope it will be also interesting for you to try out these new Polish medium tanks. Also, new map, not new, current, good, very interesting map, but in better visual quality, and it looks sick. It looks so sick.
Very
right?
nice. I do think that is a big improvement.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, some tanks will receive better visual quality. And I think we need to make this a perfect match to play PBR tank on PBR map and have some beautiful victories. And yeah, seems like we're going to start new season 2, and stay tuned to know more details about what's going to happen in Blitz pretty soon. We are very excited, and we hope that you will like features, events, of course, activities, and you know that autumn is a very, very good time in terms of receiving new stuff in the game. By the way, Talyan asked us to spoil this second huge esports season. Blitz Stellar Cup will happen, and the prize pool will be $50,000 for each region. That's cool, and it's going to happen in October, so stay tuned, gather your team, and fight for respect and for money. We're very excited. Any plans for finals?
No, I have no plans for anything.
I will drop you a message.
I'm keen.
Okay, so stay tuned to know more details about what's going to happen in the game soon. And now let's watch a small and nice interview from our players that Talyan made for you to know these faces.
Instead of walking outside and seeing the nature and enjoying outside.
Exactly.
Yes.
Instead of touching grass, exactly.
Yeah, and touching grass, it's my favorite thing in life. I mean nature. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously.
Can you tell me something about yourself? Who are you? What are you doing in life? And how long do you play Blitz?
My name is Andrew. I have been playing since 2014, and I'm a high school student.
My name is Peter, as I said. I'm 23 years old. I live in Sweden. Right now, I'm not doing anything, but I'm going to start studying again next semester.
Okay, so I'm 25. I used to study in engineering school. I started Blitz in 2014, October 2014, when I moved to Senegal. And yeah, I've been playing Blitz since then for like 10 years now, pretty much. And yep, that's probably my last season, so I hope it's gonna be a victory for our team.
Hello, my name is Mark. I'm 21 year old. I'm from Belarus. I just finished studying this summer. I was studying logistics and economics. I still don't have a job, but I will look for it in future for sure, because Blitz money is not enough for living life yet.
Name 5 main qualities for the tournament player.
I mean, obviously, mechanical ability is important, but also like being able to listen, and do what someone tells you to do. It's very important.
I guess first of all it's logic. A good tournament player has to make some logical moves. I would say also optimistic. He also should have like good reaction time. He should be a good teamwork player and probably creative.
Respect, focus, try hard, obedience, you gotta obey the orders of the caller. Skill, overall skill is important as well.
Skill. You need to be good at communicating for sure. You need to be patient.
Half a minute before the battle, what will you feel? What do you feel?
I always feel a bit stressed personally, like, you know, because it really matters. Like, if you lose the first game in top 4 or lose the like second game, you know, you're out.
I am probably feeling overwhelmed because like every battle is either like close to a win or to a lose.
A bit of stress still because we don't know how it's gonna happen, and it's the time we know we cannot miss anything. We should be focused all the way. It's not a training anymore.
Maybe a little bit stressed, but I'm excited a lot, and even 1 minute before the battle, I'm still trying to explain everything to the team, to remember, to remind them everything, and so we will not have any problem at the start of the battle.
For example, I give you an opportunity to invite in your team any person you want. It could be something from the past, some historical person, human figure, or some celebrity right now.
I have no idea. I legit have no idea what to say about this.
So it means that your team is perfect, yes?
To invite to date or something like that, yeah?
To the team.
Oh, to the team. I don't even know.
Oh my god. It's a very good question actually. Do I have any names right now coming to my mind? I'd say Lego because he's funny.
Lego? Not
Yeah,
celebrity?
why
Not a famous
No,
person?
no celebrity. No
Oh,
celebrity.
it's so sweet that you chose
My teammates.
your teammate and friend. Who would it be?
I don't know. Lionel Messi.
Messi.
I'm a football fan, and he's best football player ever. So I would like have him in the team.
I give you 2 things, you need to pick one from them. Solo or platoon gaming?
Platoon.
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 Platon.
Ramming or camping?
Ramming.
Camping.
Ramming.
Realistic or fantasy camos?
Fantasy, honestly.
Fantasy.
Fantasy camos.
Realistic probably.
Reaction or strategy?
Reaction.
I would say reaction.
Strategy.
Both are important, but I would pick reaction probably.
Playing to win or playing for fun?
Of course, playing to win.
Play to win.
Play for fun. I would more likely win if I had fun playing the game than if I was not having fun.
In tournaments, playing to win. Everywhere else, for fun.
Do you want to say something to your opponents?
All I can say is, I think we're better than the previous seasons. They will have to watch out.
To
That's all I
be
will say.
careful.
Yeah, be careful.
I hope my team gets to the grand final. That's all.
We're coming. We're coming, baby.
You can tell. To say hello or tell something to your enemies, to wish good luck.
No. I'm not wishing good luck to my enemies. Only have fun and To the fans, actually, like come to the streams. Maybe not only for the rewards, but also to support us.
Thank you for coming and have a nice day today.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you for interview. Have a nice evening.
You
Bye
too.
bye.
Bye. So I'm waiting for like huge big performance, like super.
No pressure.
The battle, no, the battle of superheroes in Marvel movies. They're like.
Hot takes right there.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to wish good luck to your opponents? No, I don't wish luck to my opponents.
I mean, I could invite some people to a team. There'd be some people out there.
Okay, so we're going to start the second match of our Europe Grand Finals pretty soon. Teams are getting ready. They have around 5 minutes before we start. Let's watch the visit cards of our almost champions, Apathy and Belov. They are going to play against each other in Grand Finals, and who will become the Europe winner, we'll find out pretty soon.
Whoa, here we go.
Here we go. Visit card for Appa, visit card for Belov.
let's give the old bloke a chance, eh? We're gonna have a look at these ones. Where's my card? Just cue me up.
Not me and Bushka cosplaying Travolta, trying to find. Okay, so let's proceed. If you don't want to watch with cards, let's proceed to the maps. Do you know the maps they're going to play?
I've had a look at them. I have a spreadsheet. I don't have it in front of me though. I got a telephone. Let's have a look at the maps. Here we go. You can see that B Love there. Winter Malinovka. Well, that's an interesting one. One of the most difficult maps in terms of distance between the light and the heavy route. Rockfield for Arpa, pretty standard pick. Molendijk featuring, and Castilla again for B Love. Mayan Ruins. New Bay and Oasis Palms. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of the old stuff popping back up here, like Rockfield, Fort Despair, Oasis Palms, and Hellis as a tiebreaker if necessary. One of the most rugged maps. Very, very nasty Hellis. Easy to go either way. Some pretty standard picks. I'm expecting to see big things.
Okay, so let's watch the visit cards of our two legendary teams, and let's start with Upper.
Here we are, Upper. Let's see if I can get the names right this time. Oh, it's going to be difficult. There's Uni. Running around top deck on Black Goldville is Eventium. And we saw these kids rocking. Elmiri, Psychopath Yevgeny, I think, is rolling up here. No, it's Kitsune X God. That's the wrong team. What am I saying? Da Silva looking nasty as he rumbles and stumbles. Last AFK, famed throughout the YouTube universe. The STB of Object 3 is making life very difficult for opponents, and they're all rumbling together as APA, or Apathy, as the full extended letter of the law suggests. Lovely looking camo, that too.
Making circles around their enemy as sharks.
Just like it. Blood is in the water as far as those kids are concerned.
Let's remind ourselves who is our beloved.
Could you be loved, Bobby Marley? The Kranvagen Hagen does, goes flying over the top turnbuckle, and there's Vata, instrumental in the TVP last game. Keep on rolling, Concept 1B. There's Psychopath Yevgeny. I tried to get him to change teams just recently. Didn't want to have a bar of it. There's Rumpelstiltskin. Thanks very much, Fugit, for reminding me. Sheridan's flying high off the top turnbuckle there. And
Larushka.
Larushka.
Yes.
Yeah, baby. Wonderful to be alive. Classical. Stronk in the E100. And there is Scoloidus Big. It's been a hell of a game, a hell of a day. Latu kept those hit points alive so very, very well. B-Love hoping to bring a little bit of form into the final after dusting up Rejects 4-1.
Best of luck to both teams. We're playing best of 9. It means that the team needs to get 5 points of victory, and the champion title will be theirs. So
5 wins. That's all it takes. Just got to win 5 more games, and you get the cash and all the bling. Can you do it? Probably.
So let's invite our analytics before the most important match of today and of the whole Blitz Summer Cup Europe. And guys, final predictions.
I would have said like 5-2 for APA win, but after the last games, I'm really not too sure anymore. Can't go anywhere. I
Acceptable.
would still think API.
Not
I
very
would still
confident
think API is
5 to
gonna
2,
win.
right?
No, I'm not that anymore. Also, I was not even expecting this outcome here, so yeah,
Maybe they were not expecting it as well.
no, probably not. Fujit, what do you think?
Well, I mean, B-Love have got a lot of experience. They've just shown us what they can do. I'm still going to go with APA. The reason being, Bushka mentioned it earlier, I did a couple of streams with Last AFK, and believe it or not, the insight these guys have and the depth that team has got is incredibly strong. And I keep coming back to it. They're going for that Grand Slam. They're going to be absolutely hooked for it tonight. They're going to want to show that they are the champions for an entire year, not just a season.
Yeah. Entire.
Yeah, API always showing such great aggression and just this insane team play, cross-firing everyone. That's really tough to beat.
Okay, so we'll see who'll be the champion. 9-0 Fugit. We'll see you pretty soon. Enjoy the battles. Thank you for your
Thanks, team.
predictions.
Yep.
So, the first map we're going to see is a cold one. Winter Malinovka will be the opener for our grand finals of Europe Championship.
Yeah, Winter Malinovka. One of the most changed maps in Blitz. Malinovka and Desert Sands. They lost their mountains. Malinovka used to be very, very high to low, but they've flattened it out a little bit, and it's become a really, really difficult map to get an edge on. If we see anything in these finals, it is that these teams will often forsake the medium flank altogether and just run a very, very safe, heavy, solid group like Strev Ks and the like. We're going to find out. Well, we're seeing Kranvagen's 121B there for Vada again. He rolled that around very nicely last go round. No, another 7201K. That is ARPA. VK9001P of Uni there as well. So ARPA have definitely gone a different route here. They've got a big hit point advantage, about 1,500 points, and they're spread out right across the back of the map, but they are not, in fact, anywhere near a cap. Now, B-Love were very aggressive in getting an early cap in a lot of the games that we saw in the first round here tonight, and Vada has stolen a march. That's why you run that 121B. That's obviously a strat that they've got. Isolating down there against the A cap with that much support would have been difficult. They did send 3 tanks down behind Vada, behind that A cap. They're cycling them back up through into the spawn so that they have actually now got tanks very well connected. Vada is really the only tank isolated, but he obviously has a lot more vision and a lot more speed. I would be a little wary about that little spot where he is, because they will blind fire that. They will absolutely blind fire that bush. And you can see them just searching for him down there, firing, and he's Vada's thought better of it. The next round was probably going to go right through the bush where he was there. Kitsune's God was all about that business. Still, everyone just feeling out the map at the moment. ARPA, so much has been said about how successful they've been in the past and how they've won everything. But you've got to aim up and do it. That's why they play the games. And ARPA are looking very much like they're going to have to do something here. 485 on the cap points for B-Love. 425 for ARPA. Scaloidius big, settling in at the top there in the Kranvagen. Obviously a great hull tank for that ramp. Kitsune X God, they're going for a double cap strap. Makes a lot of sense. Scoloidius, can he get there and reset? He's the man on the mark in the Kranwagen. He takes one, he resets, but geez, it cost him 600 odd. And that's that VK 7201K that we were talking about before. Why would they be running it? The Kranwagen, he fires in again, but can't get the reset. And they're going to grab B. Are they going to get it? Yes. What a classy move under the pump there. They took nothing on the hit point pool. Elmiri took 30 hit points worth of damage. And B-Love have decided that's enough for them. And they're going to move. They're going high up behind C. But that's only 4 tanks. There are 5 ARPA tanks staggered back behind BC. Varda's rotating very, very quickly. And you can see that ARPA are capping the A while all this is going on. They're swapping caps across the board. Psychopath Yevgeny has jumped in B. He's got to be very, very careful there. Big silhouette on that 9001P. Look at this punch and counter punch. But Latu has really struggled there in the Strev K. They're rotating down, but they now have a 3.5K advantage. Well, that's gone and changed a little bit. Psychopath Yevgeny hitting Elmiri very hard in the side there. He's backing up now. Job done. Got the cap, but he has to get out of there. He's taken one little dent. Kitsune X-Guard is mirroring. They've lost Scoloidius big, so they're a gun down. Kitsune X-Guard is isolated down the bottom. Latu and Vata looking to get Kitsune. Vata's going back up the top, pushing into Uni. They need to clear Kitsune. They need to do it quick. They're bleeding across the board. Psychopath Evgeny's nearly gone. Latu very low down the bottom. Vata going. Kitsune's gone. X-God gone as well. 2 guns down each. Starting to roll up hot and heavy at the top now as the trades come. Who can make the best of the focus firing? It's all looking strong. There's 3 tanks down now. 3 tanks down on ARPA. They're looking down the gun barrel of a very, very tough gig, but they are well up on hit points still. They've got big, big guns. Yennefer on 680. How is... He's on 17 hit points. Rumpelstiltskin's on 301 and they've won it. Absolutely turn it up. That was such a classy game. They punched, they counterpunched, they came up from the bottom, they recapped B, they took C, ARPA went down.
That was a wise move, yeah.
That was a really, really classy game. There was so much finesse from both those teams. And ARPA really had the ascendancy in terms of hit points. They had a lot of big guns. They didn't quite have the mobility, and I think that's probably what cost them.
Maybe they will change something in the upcoming battle.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to be... Look at this. I mean, watch how classy this is. They set this strat up. Vata goes down, caps A, and then the entire team rotates back around into the respawn, and... then they just go and swap again. B-Love rotates all the way back up the top. You can see Elmiri's recapping B there for this was such a strange game. So much rotation from so many heavy tanks. I mean, the Strev K's revolutionized this whole thing, but look at this trading around the cap, and they get it just to flip it. You can see here, it's at 940, 945. They just need to flip one tank and it's going to pop up to 1,000, and that's exactly what they do. And that, giving it all just for that one tank was such a big call. I'd love to have heard the Discord chat, but well done. Well done. We've got a real matchup on our hands.
Maybe the Discord chat is not for the H rate of our stream. So let's imagine that they're discussing threats and tactics. Next map we're going to see is Rockfield.
Well, Rockfield, the old classic. Just such an original map, such a wonderful map. It's always been a heavy tank hull down area and a very, very fast medium light area. However, we are looking here at a map that's got some very, very weird elevated areas at the rear of that spawn that we just saw. We obviously see a lot of people go up there, but not many people actually walk away with the win when they get those shots. Lots of trading. We saw Rotenova destroy right up the top there at the heavy route, at the medium route. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of fighting around that A cap again. They're both heading up there. You've got to be a brave team to isolate tanks on this map because it can all be over. And the size of these tanks, you've got AMXs, Strev Ks, all running around there for ARPA. For B-Love, we've got AMXs again, Object 777, Strev Ks, and a VK9001P. They have gone up through the middle of the map. And they've got 2 tanks rolling down the guts, B-Love. This is a really aggressive move. They're trying to isolate these 3 Strev Ks. I'm not sure if it's going to be possible because they're putting themselves in an absolutely horrific position. And you can see they're about to lose the Strev K there. He's going to go down. They're going to... Oh, look at Vada! Right off the top of the mountain. I don't know what they were planning to do here, but it has degenerated into an absolute brawl. So much for your strategy and your finesse. Yennefer on 25 with ammo rack damage is about to go down. Oh, there's a bleed out, there's a blow up. B-Love have tried something different and ARPA have absolutely eaten them alive while they do it. Elmiri's low, Kitsunek's guide is low, but it's 3 tanks versus 6. There's no way out of this. I have Rumpelstiltskin is going to have the game of his life for them to have any chance. Elmiri's hiding somewhere at the back as they trade hit points. And at the moment, there's a 5k hit point advantage and it is all over. I don't know what they were thinking there. They took 2 Strev Ks down the middle of the map. Psychopath Evgeny goes down. Scaloidius, the last one to go here. We've had a couple of tanks burn out. He's just going to charge down to the AMX and get it done. Doesn't muck around, Scaloidius. The paint hasn't had time to dry. He's like, hi guys, remember me? We won the last game. Well, congratulations, you stole one. We'll be back next map to do it all again. Oh, I mean, they got him down to 3 tanks, but they basically sacrificed 2 Strev Ks, and you could see they got desperate. The moment that they lost one of them, they all just started piling in down around that B cap. I said that you'd have to be a brave team to send people around in isolation on this map because it can so easily go wrong. We saw that happen in APAC, and that's exactly what we saw happen there.
1-1.
1-1.
Okay, let's see what's going to happen next. But the show was amazing. The focus fire was amazing.
Yeah, ARPA drilled them. Like, just drilled them. It was. They saw a weakness, and they're so good. Like, they're so experienced. They've been here before. They've won so many times. You don't want to like throw the Joker into the pack like this. Mm-hmm. And they really did give themselves a tough gig there, B-Love. I'm not sure if they expected the whole of ARPA to go high, and they were going to try and take advantage of that. Mm-hmm. But you're 1-0 up. If you play a little bit more complacent, maybe just get a cap and hold, you can give yourself a chance to go 2-0 up, and then you've got a real leg. As it was, they basically threw it all to the wind and got absolutely wrecked doing it. I'm not sure where that was at, but...
Okay, that was the second battle of our second match of Europe Grand Finals. ARPA is fighting against Below. 2 teams are very strong, and I would say they are very equal in terms of power. So who will be the champion of our Europe region? We'll find out pretty soon. The next map we're going to see is going to be Molendijk.
Ooh. Well, that was very, very quick. We only saw Rockfield for a very short time. I wonder if we will see the same kind of play on Molendijk. More and more, we're seeing that these teams, it's rare to get that finesse kind of game, the kind of game we saw originally on Winter Malinovka. Molendijk is exactly the same issue that you have with Lagoon. A little bit smaller, albeit it's very, very easily to get isolated here and get absolutely drilled. So I would expect to see teams with a lot more continuity and a lot more connectivity. You don't want to get caught like we just saw on Rockfield. These teams are so good at focus firing. The kind of tanks they're running have such massive amounts of DPM that you cannot afford to get caught out of position. And look at B-Love. Straight away, they've got a medium tank on the map there versus a light tank, and they're looking to maybe go 1v1 at the A cap The medium tank is Vata again in the 121B. He's been rumbling in that 121B all day. Kitsune X God running the T100 LT. They've thought better of it. They've pulled back. But we are looking at a very traditional ding-dong battle in the middle of the ring here. Get in the ring, they say. You can see Strev Ks everywhere. The antidote for the Strev K thus far in these finals has been the AMX M4 MLE 54. But they're both running a couple of those, so I don't know how that's going to go. No one looking to cap yet. It's going to be very, very hard. De Silva's sneaking into the C cap there, running the tungsten shells and adrenaline rush. Uni, they must have spotted someone. Object 3 has gone and got absolutely dusted. I much prefer the distribution, the hit point sharing of B-Love there. B-Love really sharing it out. Object's taking a big chunk there. De Silva now pushing down. Uni, this is a big move. De Silva, they're trying to isolate Classical. He's hidden from 2 of them. He's holding on by the skin of his teeth. 27 hit points. De Silva's copped a flogging. Yennefer's copped a flogging. Object 3's low. That's 2 guns down each. Rumpelstiltskin goes out the back door. The hit points are about dead even. Someone's capping C, but I think it's only a transitory moment. Object looks like he could finally go now. Vata in the 121B screaming through against Kitsune X God. Big hit, 438 in the back door. Last AFK's out. Arpa have got their work cut out from here. It's a 3v5. How the hell is he on 97? Well, he's not anymore. He's gone. Letu, 4v3. Kitsune X God driving around like a madman in a T100 LT. Uni getting side hugged by Letu in the Strev K. AP in the side on that'll do it. Kitsune X God, he's your only hope. He's got to go and do something, and he's gone. Elmiri, 1v4. I've said it before. Bedbug is reminding me a lot of Origin from the APAC server, where when they're good, they're amazing, and when they're bad, they're absolutely horrible. But this was gorgeous. They saw just this big counter push. You saw De Silva go through the middle of C-Cap. They were trying to isolate Classical. He snuck behind a house, put himself away from 2 guns, held on for one more 10-second burst, and it allowed them to clear a tank, and that was everything went downhill from there. The focus firing was better, the chemistry was better, the connectivity was better. Let's watch this. This is such a classic Blitz map. All heavies, all the middle. Let's belt each other in the face and see who can walk away with the most teeth. I love it. Vata in the 121B was instrumental in keeping Kitsune X God from getting that DPM into the game. Chased him down. You can see Yennefer there. Getting that 121B in early was really... Here, look at Classical. He gets behind the house, stays alive long enough, clears De Silva. That would have been an absolutely clutch move for Arpa to get that gun down. They didn't, and they lost a gun in return. Big trade. Big moment. And then they just focused him down. Absolutely glorious work from B-Love. 2-1 up. I mean, what do I know? I thought after the last game they might have been playing a little bit over their heads, but it looks like they can swim in this deep water, and we're going to have a real rocking grand final. Miri, like the little Billy Goat Gruff, jumping under the bridge. It's all happening. Very exciting times.
Okay, there's gonna be some show happening on the battlefield. Next map we're going to see is Mayan Ruins.
Mayan Ruins. Well. This is a weird one, I think, in competitive. Because
absolutely.
Yeah, it's just a strange map for competitive. We keep seeing with these Strev K, though, they don't ignore one particular area. They're able to cover a lot more ground than you think. Whether or not we see a big, heavy push here and a hold, the only other time we've seen this, they tried to hold the top in the NA finals. I think it was the semi-finals, and they got blown out of the water by Origin, who came back and pumped them. It's a tough one. Very, very easy to get 1 cap. Very, very difficult to get 2 caps. Well, Vata's back in a Strev K this time, and we have a 121B from Elmiri. So they've swapped around. Lots of Strev Ks. 3 AMX M4s there on the ARPA side of things. Psychopath Yevgeny and Rumpelstiltskin rocking Strev Ks. Classical in a Strev K. Just everyone gets a Strev K. Every player wins a prize. It's like an Oprah show where everyone gets a Strev K. Off we go through the C cap. very much a meeting of the minds in the middle of the map here. They're setting up nicely behind B and A though, ARPA. They're going to probably cap A quite comfortably. I can't believe it. Surely they're not going to get B as well. You can sit a very low slung tank down in B, but they can't let them get that. They can't let them get that. If they get B, they're going to give it up. They're going to go 2 caps. Well, this is very interesting. Yennefer taking a massive donk. Just poked out. Poked out. Maybe they laid a trap there. They didn't go for Yennefer. They let Yennefer think that there was no one there because they'd gone low. Yennefer poked to see if anyone was home, and the postman absolutely knocked Yennefer's socks off. 1,444 left. Yevgeny took a little donk there as well. The hit point pool favouring Bedbug by a considerable margin. At the moment, though, the supremacy cap points favouring ARPA. Now, we haven't seen Bedbug or B-Love put 2 big games together in these finals so far. They are 2-1 up overall, but last time after a fantastic effort, they then turned around and laid an egg on Rockfield. Let's see if they can come back from this. This is really the acid test. Uni pushing up here onto the top above B-Cap. This is a very odd move. Uni extraordinarily isolated. Last AFK and Co are strafing down, and they've caught B-Love a little bit out of position as they rotate below C. No big damage here yet for Skeloidius. Are they reading this well? Well, we're about to find out. Skeloidius going back. They've got 2 tanks rolling up towards the A-Cap. Everyone very, very spread out here. Classical pushing around in the Strev K. Object 3 has had to pull back. Kitsune X-God has taken a donk. Yennefer still feeling after effects of an earlier peak, but you can see they're bleeding a little bit now. Both teams even on hit points. Skeloidius taking another big knock. They need to get guns in the game. The 1-2-1B of Elmiri is rolling back round through and behind, and he's starting to make his presence felt as Latu goes rolling through. Uni was always going to be in trouble up the top and has gone out. Classical now. It's just another brawl just above the B cap, and it is happening. Kitsune X-God, 779, Object 3 in trouble again. But Skeloidius, how is Skeloidius still up? Can't be up for much longer. That's 2 down from ARPA. They're up against it now. Classical, 390 hit points. Latouche, 723. They've smashed him. They've absolutely smashed him. Last AFK, struggling now. 3v1 on the guns. What a read by Bedbug. De Silva needs to do something spectacular. Elmiri donks from the back. De Silva on 145. Is he going to get the reload?
Supremacy!
And they've won it on the cap points.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Bushka, you'll need a vacation after this comment.
My god.
Okay.
That was such... I mean, these teams are moving with such purpose, and the reads they're making are so bloody amazing.
They
really are.
They play to win, not to have fun, of course.
The reads are absolutely incredible. The way that B-Love were holding down the bottom, and I'm like, that's 3 tanks there that are absolutely useless.
Right.
And the next thing you know, bang, they've been pushed right into, and they had the right spot. They just couldn't finish. Like, they just couldn't finish. This was so... And to think they were 2 caps down right from the start. 2 caps to 1 right from the start, pretty much. Skeloidius hanging there forever. He was alive forever on next to no hit points. Uni they sent up to push, and it was almost like a sucker push. You thought everyone would come screaming in there up to the top of the cap, but they just held down the bottom. And when the counter push came, it looked absolutely disastrous. I thought ARPA was in massive trouble, like they were never going to get it done. This play here from Elmiri, where he just ducks out and donks another one. You can see it's 935 versus 760. Watch Elmiri just come sideways here in a Rumpelstiltskin. That's it. That's the supremacy win. Right there. Elmiri with an inspired drive in the 1-2-1B.
No, I understand why people might not love supremacy and might love supremacy.
Yeah, like...
Game changer.
It is a game changer, but both those teams, they were so strong the way they played that game.
Absolutely.
And they made such definite calls. And they both kind of worked, the calls. And yet they lose by the skinniest of margins. What a game.
What a game. So, we were surprised by Mayan Ruin's choice, but that was beautiful.
It was a great bit of gameplay.
The next map we're going to see is Yukon again. Green, beautiful.
Well, we saw B-Love do very, very well on Yukon last time. Rejects, they pushed back beautifully down the outside flank of the heavy route. Let's see if they can do the same kind of thing again. I'm so impressed by that last game from Arba. It was absolutely clutch. But the fact that B-Love actually made that into a contest and they didn't lose their nerve, despite having tanks so disconnected, was just super impressive for me. I think this is the final that I was hoping for. I'm not sure if it's the final we deserved. Here we go. No medium tanks there for B-Love this time. And no medium tanks for the boys and girls of ARPA. They have in fact gone with a 4 AMX tilt here. Now we've seen the AMXs do very, very well in hold positions versus the Strev Ks. This is nothing like the semi-finals. They've both gone decap. They've snuck one Strev. ARPA have snuck one Strev into B. And that is absolutely clutch. They're the only team here with a supremacy cap. To have the minerals to send a solo tank to B without realizing where everyone was, that is a god-awful play if you muck it up, but I haven't mucked it up yet. Lots of trades going on down here. Scaloidia's pushing deep. They're looking to isolate the 3 tanks in the corner, and they've got 4 into 3. Object 3 in trouble. Yennefer's got to get back and cover here. Yennefer's making a really tough decision at the back to go for... And look, Yennefer's joining in the focus fire here. Classical's got to watch out. Classical's got 2 tanks on, needs to hug that corner. Elmiri gets him. Beautiful focus firing. The Yennefer with an absolutely clutch play. Elmiri's going to tank between him and Latu. And this is an object lesson in absolute support. Yennefer making a wonderful move around the back door, leaving Scaloidius that doesn't have the big DPM and making a great play. This is still anyone's game, but you've got to think that with that many guns out, Elmiri's been up there forever. Elmiri's on 44 hit points with a busted ammo rack. He's absolutely struggling to get DPM in. They're massively ahead on the points. Last AFK versus the VK7201K of Rumpelstiltskin. De Silva's hiding around the corner. He's just like, come on, De Silva, come and have a chat. De Silva's like, no, thank you. I think I'll just wait until you fire that big dog. And it's a mutual destruction there. It's now 4 tanks on 1. And you've got to think that they're all, they are actually all possible roles.
4 armor accents.
Yeah, at this level, I can't see it happening. They're rotating nicely.
Ooh.
Oh, get absolutely wrecked. Got to move forward. Ah, no. You'd love to see it, but wow. That's 2 wins in a row for ARPA, and that one was, if anything, it was even more impressive than the win on Mayan Ruins.
Right.
And I can't say enough about Yennefer's call there. There was a big move through the middle. They could have had 2 on 1 down low on the M4 of Scaloidius, and instead Yennefer left. And look at De Silva. De Silva goes and caps B alone. Okay. If they had Strev Ks going through there, De Silva would have had absolutely no support. And no one is spotted here yet. That's just 100% De Silva going, I'm big and tough. Look at Yennefer at the back. There was a chance to 2v1 with Uni on Scaloidius, and Yennefer bailed it and just pumped straight up the top there into the back end of Classical and Psychopath Yevgeny and Litu, and supported Elmiri, and Elmiri doing a great job keeping a dead tank between him and Litu. Kitsune's God, just wonderful focus firing. And look at the hit points. No one is doing well here on hit points. Like, everyone is getting dusted. And they're winning these margins by tiny percentages. Last AFK, just holding, just holding, just holding. Face hug, face hug, face hug. Mutual destruction. Happy with that. Trade the gun. Elmiri, take a bow. Did brilliantly to stay up there on the top. Such a clinical performance. And B-Love still went within a whisker. Like, that was a couple of shots away from being completely turned around. But now it's a 3-2 up. ARP are starting to exert themselves. Really nice tanking. Just really lovely tanking.
Great job, teams. Don't give up. Please play a few more battles. You're doing it very beautiful and professionally. We want to see, of course, the tiebreaker
Let's go to 9.
in the end. So
Let's go to 9.
9. The best option for us, for you, for players, 9 battles.
9 more like that. 9 more like those last 2. I'm just so impressed. Like, we saw Rotenova in the APAC finals give us an absolute masterclass on focused firing and brawling. What I loved about both these games is the decision-making that we're seeing. The calls that are being made, they're not just iron fisting here. They're making really difficult decisions in real time. Like, that was they got given a 2v1. They could have just had a 2v1 and guaranteed that they clear Uni. But they didn't. They just went, you hold Uni, and Yennefer's going to go over there, and suddenly we're going to turn a real negative into backdoor shots on all these teams, all these tanks that are pushed up. And that's such a great call to make. Really, hats off to ARPA for doing that.
We're talking about serious decisions. Imagine these people in real life spending 2 hours picking the movie for a night.
That's what I do. It's my wife. You go pick a movie. I'll call you when dinner's ready. And we go out there, and I'm still struggling. I'm still
2
like,
years later.
I've watched everything.
Oh, I know that feeling. Okay, so the next map we're going to see is Castilla.
Oh, the original Castilla Gorilla. I hope this is as wild as the last game, where we saw the TVPs of B-Love force some wild antics off the top turnbuckle from rejects. Everyone fights for this top area. Look, if you're going to win Castilla, you've got to control the castle up the top. If you don't control it, then everything starts to fall apart. Really, really difficult to see a win without that happening. Let's see what happens, because we saw the strat that B-Love ran last time. There's no clippers there from either team. Oh, there is one. Last AFK running the TVP 50-51. Kitsune's guide. So we've got 2 mediums, 1 light, and what, 4 Strev Ks versus 1 medium, 1 big heavy Scaloideus. Let's see how they use Scaloideus. I was going to stop calling him Scaloideus. It's just Scaloideus big. This is a very different setup to the first game that we saw. Bedbug pushing towards the top of the mountain, but there's only one of those mediums has been set up. This is actually, I think it was the APAC finals where we saw this strat. Elmiri rolling up to spot while the Clippers sit in the TD spots, the traditional TD spots at the top of the map. No one's really stopping though. We have the T100 LT of Kitsune's God giving vision from the big mountain just above the 1 mark there. No one yet to cap anything or take any damage. Just a real shadow box right now. Skilloidus big taking the first little tap. Someone's trying to cap C. That's going to be a tough one to reset because they haven't got any real vision there down in the B cap, into the C cap for the back of B. Look, they've found Elmiri. Now, the blood's in the water. They've decided that he's isolated, and they're not actually wrong. The last AFK in the TVP at the back, he's only got 4 in the clip, and they don't really even need to commit classical there, and that's a great find early. Uni also low. Latu, Vada, they both took big hits to get that clear. Vada hiding in the water at the bottom right of your screen, but the ARPA kids, they do have a cap. Psychopath Yevgeny, wow, that is a big move. That is a big move. Object 3 taking a hit. Skloidus holding behind the cap there. He's in an M4. He is isolated. He's got 1 other tank. The Strevk of Rumpelstiltskin at the back end. Vada trying to rotate back around. You can see him moving into the A cap there. Is he going to cap it or is he going to ignore it? He's not capping it, I don't think. He's rolling straight up. They're going to win this one. Uni's on 12 hit points. De Silva's in trouble, but he could be the bait here. Look at Kitsunek's gone and last AFK. They're trying to share their hit points around. Classical's taking an absolute beating. Psychopath Yevgeny's rolled all the way up through the spawn. De Silva still on 259. Uni on 12. But look at the hit points. B-Love haven't lost a tank yet, but they're all low, bar Psychopath Yevgeny. Yennefer out. 3 left, 4 left. How is Uni still on 12 hit points? Someone explain to me why they don't just reach out and blow on him. Rumpelstiltskin holding form at the top of the mountain. Object taking a belting. Kitsunek's gone. Last AFK clipping out into Skoloidis. This is an absolutely riveting finish. Kitsune's gone. Last AFK's gone. Finally, they got rid of him. Object, he's the only one left. He's surrounded by unfriendly humans. Rumpelstiltskin is desperately hugging that little, well, I guess, oh, big hits. Didn't need that. Rushing around the back end, looking for an angle on Stiltskin. Gets it, but they can afford to lose him. Psychopath Yevgeny's holding the full deck of hit points. When did 1,149 hit points look like an ocean? Right about now. They are the only one with a cap. 97. Beautiful play by Object. He's making this very difficult for them. Hang on, says Vada. I've got a gun, and I'm in a 1-2-1B. Hits the reactive armor, hits the engine boost, comes around the back. B-Love are playing out of their skins. ARPA are playing out of their skins. This is the absolute best of the best you're seeing here, boys and girls. 4,000 damage for Kitsunek's God. Was just lasering people in that T100 LT. We talked about the focus firing last game of ARPA. The hit point sharing of B-Love in that game was absolutely gorgeous. They didn't lose a tank for nearly the first 3 minutes of the game, I think, maybe even longer. And that was because if you watch, as they roll down the hill, they found Elmiri. They were just trying to get vision. As soon as they realized where everyone else was, they absolutely flogged Elmiri. Latu, they all love to jump off the top of the mountain. But look at this hit point sharing. Look on the right side of your screen at the replay. Rumpelstiltskin, Psychopath Yevgeny, Classical. They're all taking big donks. Look at Vada up the top. Low hit points, but keeping the gun in the game. Constantly sharing that hit point pool. They finally clipped Skoloidis out, but look, Object did his best. This is some gorgeous top-tier tanking. We saw focus firing deluxe, and now we've seen hit point sharing deluxe. Hopefully we see something else in the next game that brings us back. That's 3-all. That is stupendous.
The current score is 3-3. Very equal. That was what we was talking about. Equality. Equality.
Yeah, we love
even
it.
when you watch the battle, they're playing equal. They know what they're doing.
They really do.
I love these teams. I love these teams.
I mean, I think 9-0 said that he wasn't sure now because he'd seen B-Love and the way they were playing. And he wasn't wrong. Like, they've come into this final and they're not looking at the past record. They're like, you're going to play the game. You're going to have to beat us. We're not going out backwards. Love it.
Next map, Oasis Palms. Interesting choice. Again.
They are.
Ruins Oasis Palms.
Yeah, well, Oasis Palms is not a map you see a lot in these competitive things. But the pick ban, the nature of the pick ban is, I mean, eventually something like this is going to happen where you really don't want your opponent to get a map. You end up with Oasis Palms. There's a couple of really sly little points on this map, particularly around the middle of the map. I won't say any more. I'd be interested to see if we get a light tank racing down the middle of the map to just behind the minaret there where you can get vision down into either spawn. Will we see a TD? Nope, we won't. That was good to know. So this is not going to be our first 60 TP of the finals. Good to see. 121B again. Varda's made that tank his own. He's played superbly well in it, as has Elmiri, I think it was, in the 121B on Mayan Runes, or might have been to Silver, actually. Lots of hit points. 18,400 hit points for Arpa. Very close behind 18,000 just about for B Love. We're seeing our first cap, and that is Varta in the 121B. The Kranwagen of Object is going to struggle to reset. You can see Varda's holding. Oh, he's got him. No. He's fired at the wrong tank. Oh, but they haven't missed him there. They've reset it. He's paid for that one. He's copped 2 dogs, 1180. Great work by Object. Great play there from Arpa, because they sent the Object in the Kranwagen Hagen down the middle of the medium flank as a hold tank. Now, will they be able to take advantage of Object in the Kranwagen? Because the Kranwagen, great tank to hold, wonderful armor, absolutely rubbish DPM. Are they going to be able to isolate that tank? That would be something they are certainly looking at. Still holding behind, and they're going to get the C cap, or the A cap rather, and they're rotating up behind that A cap. I don't love the way B Love are playing with fire here. They have 4 tanks back around the spawn, but they are quite spread out. And Arpa, are they going to play an aggressive strategy, or are they just going to play this hold? I would probably favour the hold. They did that earlier on when they got a cap ascendancy. They might even try and sneak B. You never put anything past these kids. Psychopath Yevgeny is... oh, wow. Mate, there are a lot of angry tanks in front of you. I would not be pushing the point too hard there. That's Strev K. Those hit points won't go very far if they get a hold of you. They've got to get a cap. They've got to get a cap, so they're sending a heavy into C there. I think that's Latu and a Strev K, and we'll see if the Kranwagen starts pushing up of Object. They probably don't want to risk him. They don't know if that's a feint, if they're just trying to get people in, because they've already got a cap advantage. They're going to let them have it. They're 150 points up. It's not going to make a whole lot of difference in the end of the game. 7201 Ks. Skoloidus and Rumpelstiltskin. They don't come much bigger than those two. Big alphas. Uni's been spotted now. He's getting proximity spotted constantly. They're starting to, well, they're starting to fire in from the desert here. Object in the Kranwagen has got shots into the side of Skoloidus. Look at the push at the back coming. 2 Strev Ks rolling in from Bedbug, and they're looking to isolate. We did say that Object could be in a little bit of trouble. Kranwagen not renowned for its pace, and he's about to get deleted. There is no way around this. There is only one bit of armor on that tank, and it's at the front. If you're a backdoor bonanza, you're going to eat the lot, and Object's going down. Skoloidus, though, is also receiving a big dose of love. 847 hit points left, and here comes Psychopath Yevgeny's big knock. We saw him earlier push up. We talked about how that might not be a great idea, and it's turned out to not be a great idea. They're doubling on Yevgeny, and they're not able to make any hay anywhere on the rest of the map. I'd say this is big trouble here for B-Love. They're down on hit points. They're down on caps. They're about to be down on guns, I think. They've isolated Uni. Uni's in trouble. Elmiri coming around the back door of the B cap, but he's giving side shots up to whoever's in the desert. I think that's Varda in the 121B, and they've managed to take Uni out. Great fight back there. 2 guns down each. Skoloidus is in strife. Varda in the cap in the desert doing the business. They're not going to get this one on cap points, I think. Oh, Elmiri's gone as well. What a fight back. 4 guns on 4 guns now. Classical streaming through the middle. They're doing a great job of getting multiple guns on one tank at a time. Yennefer's now the call. Varda still pumping in the desert. They're recapping. Look at Arpa. While all this is happening, they've gone in the desert to recap. The last AFK comes streaming across the top. It's Strev K on Strev K. 7:30 on the cap points, but they're going for B now. They're trying to cap B during all this hubbub. Yennefer's on 466. Yennefer doing the business, about to go out, surely 84 hit points. How is Varda still alive? He's not stopped firing. The gun barrel must be melting. Last AFK, he's locked in a life or death struggle. 6 hit points. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He gets him. I can't believe it. What an incredible fight back. What a game. What an absolute monster from Bedbug. What a game. I cannot get over that. They came back like a torrent. Vada was just sitting in the desert, pumping. Look at Classical, 4,900 damage. Give him a mastery badge. What a monster. 4-3 bedbug on Arpa. You wouldn't think it, but it's happened. They had everything against them. They were behind on cap points. They got stuck, isolated. They knew Object was there in the Kranwagen. The VKs, they just went down the middle of the map. And although they're not fast, they are ponderous things. Once they start moving forward, that's a lot of hit points to get through. This is where I thought they'd gone wrong. That's 3 tanks on Evgeny. If you stopped it right here, look at the hit points. Look at the caps. How did they find Uni alone? Elmiri wanted to roll forward, but you can see the 1-2-1B of Vada was in the desert, still pumping out there, and they managed to clear one. And then we had this classical matchup, Strev K on Strev K, 2 of the best in the business, sitting out the back end of the A-cap, going hammer and tong. Last AFK on 6 hit points. Look at the reload. Oh, what a game. What an absolute pleasure to get to watch that kind of play. What a comeback. Woo!
Absolutely. So we hope that the next battle
Wow.
won't be the last one. But Belov, they are so close to the
They are
champion title.
close. But you
Just
know what?
1 point.
One win. One win looks a long way away when you're playing a team like ARPA who's won everything and are going for the Grand Slam 4 seasons in a row.
But seems like we have to play a few more battles. Bushka is not very tired yet, so let's rock the
What
battlefield,
time
guys.
is it? It's 10 o'clock at night. It's past my bedtime. Give me a cup of tea. Woo!
So the teams are so tanking close to the finals. Who'll be the champion? The legendary APA or the strongest Belov? We'll find out very soon. Let's check the visit cards before the possible last battle.
Yeah, let's go through them again because they've all played just extraordinary football here. There's Uni. And I just can't get over the fact these guys, Ventium, Elmiri, all of them, it's not that one team's playing badly, it's that all these guys are just playing outstanding. Kitsune's God. This is an absolute treasure trove of talent. De Silva has driven everything. Last AFK, you saw how desperately unlucky they were, high rolling in the desert. Object holding in the Kranwagen. I mean, such beautiful tactical gameplay from these guys. Oh,
Remember the in-game names.
okay, what's this one? Come on, help me out. What are we doing?
Larushka.
Larushka. We're going to get there. Larushka. There's Vada, superb in the 1-2-1B. Really touched up Elmiri on that B cap. Psychopath Yevgeny has been excellent all night long. Hard to fault. Rumpelstiltskin. Hard to pronounce. Easy to drink. Have a look at Larushka. Rolling through the middle like a champion. Don't know what the numbers mean. Happy days. What a team. Cometh the man, cometh the hour. Classical's been gorgeous as well. Skilloidus big. Absolute monster. Latu. Brilliant up the top. B love.
Best of luck to both teams. We hope that this upcoming battle won't be the last one.
We want 9
And
games. Give us 9.
The next map we are going to see is Fort Despair.
Fort Despair. It's going to be despair for someone.
These guys love strange things.
They do, don't they? They just do all the original maps. Let's just go Fort. We'll get a couple of T95s and we'll just drive down the heavy route without turning. Go back to
T95s. Okay.
2017.
You want some performance.
Yeah, let's go. Pump it up. I'm beside myself. These guys have played themselves to a standstill. Superb games. I dare say, I don't want to say, but this could be the best I've seen in quite some time. Fort Despair, another map that has such a clear definition on the routes. This area here used to be, the corner used to be everything for competitive. Obviously, the tanks have changed so much with Strev Ks and such available now that it is a much more elastic meta. Are we going to see any TDs? I don't know. Let's have a look. We've got a TVP over there for B-Love. Love it. And 360 TPs and an AMX. So they're really loving it. Only the one Strev K, and they're using that Strev K, that is Latu, to possibly sneak down there into the castle area and spot across. Kitsune X God in the Strev K. Yennefer in a Concept 1B. A T100 LT, that's last AFK driving the T100 LT. And we're here amongst it. Anything could happen. These guys have been absolutely glorious in their decision making and their counter punching. Let's see, they stack up behind that cap. Good cover there, hard cover and soft for Elmiri and Uni. If you look at the mini-map, the medium tank of Vada has gone all the way out to the A cap, and he's copped a bit of a touch up there for doing that. Probably well spotted by Kitsune X God. No, last AFK, who's driving the T100 LT on this particular map. Lots of movement down the C cap now. They're sending two Strevs, Object and De Silva, to get into Latu. Scaloidus in the VK7201K. They've seen an opportunity there. Now this is a 2v2. Scaloidus cops a big dong from Kitsune X God as they cross. Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. They've set that up, and now comes the punch down the middle from Uni and Elmiri. Classical looking to cover. They're shoving more hit points down behind the C cap. If you look out, the Clipper rather, the TVP of Vada is racing around behind the one cap. Is he going to get there in time to dump? They're looking. Uni in trouble now. Elmiri's gone out on that push. Scaloidus, Uni's isolated. They've found him in the middle of the VK90, and he's suffering. He's being punished. This is big trouble for Arpa. De Silva goes down. The Clipper has made himself felt. Oh, bedbugger on the precipice of greatness here. Psychopath Evgeny. They won't be denied though. Arpa has so many hit points across 4 tanks. 4v4. Look at this. Vada, he's been caught. He's in the TVP. Yennefer in the Concept has raced back around. Kitsune X God has steadied the ship, and they've now gone a tank up. 3 tanks v4. Arpa oozing class. They've caught the 60 TP here at the back end, and Kitsune X God trying to clip out. I don't think he can do it. Wonderful work from Arpa. They were down again. We're going to get a game 9, and we deserve it. We want to see these guys play forever. I have never seen competitive teams be able to be in so much trouble and then just drag it back. I thought Bedbug had him. I thought B-Love had him. I thought Arpa had him last game. They keep making a fool of me, and I absolutely love it. 4K for Kitsune. 3K for Rumpelstiltskin. 4 all. And we come down to this. What
was that, Bushka? What was that?
They were down. They were in big trouble.
Their minds like so many times during this battle.
Look at this. The setup. You can see the TVP. He wants to go out and get A. Last AFK spots Vada in the TVP, I think it is, and he takes a little tap and then goes very, very quiet. This push through C-Cap, you can see Vada is screaming across, and when he gets there and dumps, they go up momentarily. They catch Uni in the middle, but look at Yennefer screaming along the back door and gets Vada on a rotation, completely reloading that TVP, as we all love to do. You love to catch them on the reload, and Vada gets stuck out in the middle of nowhere. There's no cover on the flank, and the 3 tanks coming through the middle for B-Love start getting farmed from all sides. Oh, Larushka doing level best to get Kitsune X God. Rumpelstiltskin they clear, but just beautiful focus firing. Beautiful recovery. Vada never had much of a chance once all the heavy tanks were gone. The TVPs are brilliant for farming off other people. They're not so good when they've got to catch and kill their own. And that was just a game within a game within a game.
Let's check the current score.
Well, I think we're going to go to Hellis now, aren't we? I think we're off to the tiebreaker in Hellis.
Yes.
God knows what they're going to do.
4-4. Pushka, we were praying for the tiebreaker, and here we go.
Where we got here, you little beauty.
Here we go. Oh my god. And this battle's going to be the last one.
Look at him, the tension. Look at
Beloved,
B-Love.
guys.
Look, there's a lot different to how they looked
Yeah.
after they take it on Rejects. The focus is complete.
They look like very, very serious.
I would be too. Like, they're tanking their brains out. They're
Yeah.
all playing so well. That's the thing. And they must feel like any other team, they've got them. And then, nah, you don't got them at all. They're coming back.
Boys, we wish you best luck. Oh my god, they're playing
There's
together.
Upper. Oh, look at them. No need for Discord.
Oh.
Just yell across the room.
Okay, guys. Good luck. Good luck. You're playing all together. That's funny. And it's very nice to
Lot of
see you
tension.
sitting.
A
Oh,
lot of tension.
they have some nice t-shirts.
Yeah, they do. They got nice t-shirts, but there's a lot of tension there.
Yeah.
The red hot favourites coming in, APA. Red hot favourites.
So, guys, hearts to both teams.
Yeah, good luck. They both deserve to win.
Good luck. This is the last map. It's gonna be Hellis. Let it be a
Hellis.
paradise for some of the team, yes?
Yep. The Greek freak, Hellis. Just a hell of a place.
Weird choice again.
What?
I don't
Yeah.
know what is the best map for the tiebreaker.
Hellis?
Copperfield.
God, don't play Copperfield. Oh my God. Tier 10 Copperfield in competitive, it'd be a disaster. It's like a velodrome. I mean, Hellis is brutal. It's really
very
short
brutal.
and sharp. And I don't think there's going to be as much holding as there is on some of these maps. A lot of the caps are very, very open. The medium flank is uber important. Like, it's just so important, but getting some kind of depth to it where you can defend at the same time and not get sideswiped. And that's what APA do so well. It's side shots and trapping you and drawing you into a crossfire.
Should we expect some kind of surprises like 7 TVPs or something like
Yeah,
this?
yeah, let's see it.
Guest star in the grand finals playing the decider battle.
Look, I remember seeing Legion do that years ago where they rolled a Death Star, I think it was on Yamato Harbour, and they were in competitive, and someone's
terrible.
rolled up to spot and they got hit for like 1,500 damage, and it was like, ooh, I'd love to see that again.
Let's call Legion.
Yeah.
Ask how they are doing now.
They're-
Do they want to repeat that legendary battle?
They've all got kids, mate.
Yeah.
They'd all got kids.
But I remember I saw some comments on YouTube like, where is Legion? Where is other like legendary teams? They're still playing. You can win them on the battlefield.
Get out there. Get out there on Hellis. Look, the heavy route, they're all going to run a lot of heavies. We're going to see a lot of Strev Ks. It's the meta right now. But this flank, I really feel like this medium flank could be so decisive. There's a cap out there. You can get a T100 LT out there very, very quickly. Maybe take that cap. They've got to have strats for it, but you got to remember, boys and girls, this is the tiebreaker. This is no one's map, really. Oh, 3 AMXs, an Object 777, 2 of them on the B-Love side of things. They are low-slung tanks and a 121B. Again, a very low-slung tank. Kitsune X-God and last AFK. They've been the light tank drivers de jour for ARPA today. But they are going to be running Strev Ks. We have 5 Strev Ks and 2 AMXs. And we have ARPA going towards that medium flank with 2 holdbacks behind the ACAP. They do love getting those crossfires. I'd be a little bit worried if I was Vada in that 121B, because you go to that C cap and you could get absolutely diced. They're all very, very worried. This is why we've got the Object 777s. You can see Rumpelstiltskin and Psychopath Yevgeny. This is what the 777 does very, very well. Stay low under the gun line. Everyone so nervous. Vada took a big hit there. He's pulled right back, nearly to his own spawn. ARPA holding across the back of the C cap. They're stacking 5 tanks deep behind A. Kitsune X-God has got to be feeling awfully lonely there. But ARPA still have a lot of support. It's only a small map. They can absolutely get cross shots. They're almost baiting out with Kitsune X-God and that Strev K. He wouldn't have burned that speed boost yet. When they start pumping up, I don't know if I love it. It's a cap each, but B-Love, they got there first. They're well up in the ascendancy on the caps, and they're holding. ARPA have got C. No one has A. They're going to try and sneak A. This is dangerous. Oh, Letu's taken 900 damage. And here they come around the corner, but look at the support. Elmiri, Kitsune, last AFK, Uni, De Silva. They are screaming on the top. Objects coming back from the back end of C. Look at the trades. Classicals had to pull. He's in big strife. He's gone. B-Love one tank down, and they're well under on the hit points. Kitsune X-God takes an absolute spanking. 300 left. They have to get a tank clear. Kitsune goes, even on tanks. 6v6, but the hit point pool is absolutely down. Elmiri in big trouble. Yennefer's out there in the back. Elmiri's down, one tank down. B-Love are kind of doing it. I don't want to say anything right now because both these teams have been incredible. Big rotations coming from De Silva. Yennefer's on the ropes. So's Psychopath Yevgeny's nearly out. Everyone's down. Yennefer, here's Vada. He can see it right in front of him. They're clutching at it. All the hit points now for ARPA in 3 tanks. Object going down, fighting valiantly, but they've got angles from everywhere. 5 tanks on 3. Object's about to go. He's a 1. He's a 1. He's gone. He's gone. You don't like to see it, but I think we might have a new champion. Uni needs to do something incredible. He's not going to be quick enough. They've isolated De Silva. Now he's pulled back. Rumpelstiltskin in the back door of Uni. De Silva's charging down the mountain to help his buddy. Psychopath Yevgeny's the gun they need, but it's out. It's over, and ARPA's been replaced by B-Love as champions of Europe. Unbelievable scenes. They're going to be pumped through the roof, and absolutely deservedly so. They set that up. Gorgeous tanking by both teams. ARPA suckered them in. They bit. They went into that cap, and they still got the job done.
I see some relief. Some relief on these faces.
Yeah, they just look relieved, don't they?
Faces.
They just look absolutely exhausted. Look at them all.
Like they were passing school exams.
Yeah, I mean, they look excited, but God, they look exhausted. That is a lot of tough tanking to get there.
Relate. Guys, you're the champions of Europe region. Congratulations, Biloff is the new champion. APA, congratulations with the 2nd place. You did an amazing job. That was a pleasure to watch this championship.
I can't believe how good that final was.
Blitz Summer Cup. European champion is Biloff. Legendary skull. Congratulations.
Oh, well, I mean, Bedbug, what an absolute bunch of monsters. They deserve this. It's one thing to win easy. It's another thing to actually walk in to the grand final as the underdog and rip it out of ARPA's hands when they are such a good team. And ARPA played absolutely glorious football. They really did. Bedbug had to win that one. Nothing was given to them, and they fought and they fought and they fought, and they dragged away to become the new champions of the EU server. Absolutely deserve it, and it was a pleasure to watch. Here they are, your brand new Summer Cup champions, Vata. Wonderful driving all day long. Hammer and tong with Kitsune X-God on the flanks. Psychopath Yevgeny, what a monster. Get him in here. Love him, Rumpelstiltskin. Ho, ho, ho. Larushka. Getting high on life. 657-67552. That's his phone number. Call me. Don't call us, we'll bill you, says Classical. Played an underrated role today. Really lovely tanking. Skilloidus, big. Not wrong. Buddy was big all day long. Latu, the Iron Man. Absolutely gorgeous. What a privilege it was to watch it. ARPA VB Love. I'd come back tomorrow to watch that again. That was what tanking was made of.
That was the real championship. Biloff, congratulations. Hard for you. You're
Right
the
on, baby.
champions. Strong, strong boys. I'm proud of you guys. You did really amazing job. That was well deserved. You performed like a real professionals and champions. Woo! That was amazing. Bushka, Thank you so much
No,
for
guys.
commentary. You made it. You made it, and that was
Thank you so much.
really
It is such a
goosebumps.
privilege to be able to do
Yeah.
this. It really is.
Let's call our analytics to congratulate the winner all together and discuss how it was. Hello.
Gosh, I'm
Okay.
amazed by these games. Absolutely. Crazy stuff there.
No. You know.
Yeah.
You knew the outcome. Yeah.
I totally didn't. I totally did not expect this. I mean, API, as strong as I have been, as dominant as I have been, and now we could see this kind of stuff. But let's get to the games here. First game, Winter Malinovka. Beloved had to repush onto the sea base here because they had a cap deficit and lost a ton of hit points on the go. Still, they managed to get some kills there, which was really interesting to see how they somehow managed to turn things around. It was really not looking good for them. Fujit, maybe also
No,
have
I
some
mean-
thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, Bielev played this one spectacularly. This brawl around the sea cap is where they won this game. And the focus fire and the hit point sharing of Bielev was just spectacular to watch. And that's really where they won it. It was fantastic.
And then this game here, it was so crazy to see API just going for this push through the middle with 3 tanks, and yet they were splitting up a lot here. They're having these Streetswagens on the seaside, still 2 Streetswagens, pay attention to them. They were crossfiring into the middle as Beloved attempted to just kill those 3 tanks, the 3 Streetswagens in the middle of API. It led to the massive brawl here, and just, yeah, API had a much better crossfire, just obliterating anyone in the middle area there. Great to see that.
Yeah, I mean, this is classic APA. When you take them down in the one game, they come back stronger. And obviously, we get to see a flying IS-7 courtesy of Varta there, which is very nice. But the focus fire here of AFK and the way they sucker Bielev into the danger zone was spectacular to watch again.
On this one, though, it was a little bit different. We could see some very mirrored strategies. Both teams heading towards the sea cap with all of their guys here. And they were just fighting off a little bit. IPI lost on the trades, though, and we could see some interesting push by Bielev going for the middle, which was advancing them or just allowing them some better cross-firing, some better map control here, which eventually also gained them some nice advantage and allowed them to win.
Yeah, as you said there, I mean, the trading in this game was fantastic. It was a good push from APA, but Bielev were prepared for it, and they out-traded them. Again, they used their tanks wisely. They got the mobility, and they focused the isolated tanks. Almeri did a good job there as the troll under the bridge, as Bushka pointed out. But it was not to be, unfortunately. I mean, again, Varta, this guy has been instrumental in almost every game for Bielev.
Absolutely. And we're going on to Mayan Ruins here. Mayan was a game where API took double caps on the heavy side here, which is often very important to winning the games, as we could see later on. Still, Bielev did some interesting stuff though, and just almost won by pushing out API, as API was also going back for C, expecting the enemies to rather go for A, B instead. But Bielev, they gave up the high ground. They just pushed down, got some kills. It was looking good in terms of guns on the field for them, but they kind of forgot about the points a little bit, did not take any bases, and the API's caps just racked up increasingly here.
Yeah, in this game, I mean, last AFK played an instrumental role there, tying up those 3 tanks. But Almeri, this is just a beautiful play, taking it right at the last minute there. And again, it was, as you said, Bielev's to lose that one.
Yeah, and this game was also a very good example of API's insane crossfire here. They were just setting up in a way that they could all support each other, 2 tanks isolated in a corner, but that was not a problem. Bielev pushed onto them with everything, and API was shooting down all the tanks moving into the corner here, gaining API some great advantage on the hit points, and just bleeding down everyone from there on. I think that was basically the game-winning move, just the crossfire here at the start for API.
As Bushka said in the commentary, one of the biggest plays in this game was what Yennefer did. And how on earth Almeri stayed alive so long is still a puzzlement. And Documentaries will be written about that for eons. But this was a great comeback from APA. They really dug deep. Poor old the Laruska there, trying his best to hold on, but it was all against them. And it was a great game. And at this point, you start to think, are APA going to turn it?
Now we're getting pretty much to my favorite game in a really long time here. BLove not going for any caps at all throughout the entire battle. API going for a more passive strategy of supporting each other, having Elmery on the Castilla here on the hill to just spot it a little bit, and BLove pushing forwards. One tank after another, they isolated in a very, very clever way. That was just the masterclass of how to push. And look at this, they just kept all the tanks alive, and I could not believe it. How they managed to still have 7 tanks alive on the field here and just shot down API to 3-4 tanks before losing the very first one. Then, but that was not really important anymore.
Yeah, I find it incredibly difficult to disagree with you. This is an absolutely fantastic game, and one of the best I've seen on Castilla. The minerals on BLove to do what they did here. Great pushing, great isolation, beautiful focus fire. It's just a classic example of how you can play that map.
Yeah. Next one here was on Oasis Palms. BLove lost a few hit points as they were attempting to take by C, which did not really work out. But after all, they did not have to go for the caps, as they had the option of pushing onto Object 3 and just going for the kills. So API just split up a little bit more, tried to go for bases, tried to go for some crossfire again, but BLove did not allow for that to happen, and just won on kills eventually.
Yeah, this one sort of blew me away. I mean, I'm still trying to work out how APA lost this, to be honest with you. At this point in the game, you're like, well, you know, it looks like APA have got this in the bag. They've got the hit points, they've got the base points, and then it just kind of collapsed. And, you know, they've even got the guns on the battlefield, and it just went, well, it just went really weird. This brawl between Larushka and Last AFK, I really thought Last AFK had this, but that's such a low roll, and it must have taken them by surprise.
The next one, your Fortress Prayer. IPA just having some more tanks on C, already giving them a slight advantage. BLove got pushed onto over there later on, and it was looking good for BLove, but they were just in bad crossfire. And as they counter-pushed onto C, API was there to put in big shots, already increasing the damage amount for them. But here, they were down. API was down 3 tanks at this point, and yet they managed to win this with some good focus fire here. And that was really surprising to see for me.
And for me.
Yeah, I'm still trying to work out if the VK-72s were a feint, dragging in BLove into the crossfire scenario. But as you said, the focus fire from APA here is just, well, it's stunning to watch. And they're all on the same page, they're all saying the same thing, and they just manage to just bleed out BLove. And again, this is just a classical, beautiful way to play this map.
Yep. Last one then on the Hellis map here, BLove just showing the BLove, going for the B cap at the start. I have to mention it here. While API is not going for any caps, basically just spreading out passively, building up the crossfire, and BLove just pushed forward still. Try to go for something, lost the first tank even. They had a medium tank on the field though, which is playing a crucial role for this, because the medium tank is right behind all the APIs guys, does have the mobility and the DPM, and can just be very annoying to all of the API tanks, and had some awesome shots. We can just see him go in there, Wata going in for the clear of Yennefer and the others, and that was just sealing the deal for API here. They could not counter him anymore.
I love this game. I thought BLove played it beautifully. They were down, they had the hit points against them. Admittedly, they had the base, but boy, were their focus fire was just really, really amazing. Their ability to isolate and take down those tanks on Hellis was just beautiful to watch. It was congratulations, it sealed the deal.
Fujit,
Seals the deal, yeah.
Don't you think that was crazy that APA basically set up for the push that BLove made? They were like, we're ready for this push. And then they just got clobbered. It was just wild.
It was... BLove were unrelenting. Yeah. They just... Normally, you would see teams sort of back off a little bit, but they were like, nah, let's just go for it. And they just carried on their push. and it was crazy to watch. There was at one stage you're saying APA's got this, no, Belov's got this, no, APA's got this. Oh, where all the tanks gone?
I think what happened there was a bit. API tried to defend A rather than just securing the push. They still had one very isolated tank behind A, and that was their huge weak spot that Belov could then push onto. They still hesitated a little bit. I was not too sure whether this was going too well, but then eventually it worked out. So
Yeah. Maybe they were not also very sure.
I thought Kitsune's god was just the sucker, that they were going to go for him and they were all going to get farmed down, but they shared hit points amazingly.
Yeah.
So that was good. That was well deserved. I think that I can support Appa a little bit with their second place and say, like, guys, don't give up.
Oh, come on, where's my t-shirt?
Nice.
You're with us. So
it was great to see the underdogs win here eventually.
Yeah.
absolutely. So let's invite the champion of our today's championship to the studio for a small interview. And Nino, Fugit, I want to say big thanks for analytics. And
Thank
could you
you.
share just a few words about your emotions and like general feedback of Europe Championship?
Oh, thanks for the invite, first of all. I was really happy to be here, and I was really not expecting this kind of outcome. The season has really had its ups and downs. It was not as clear as on the last ones, where we had some much stronger couple of teams where we could predict much more which was going to the grand finals here. Beloved is really such a surprise now to go that far. And I really like to see that, so it's not just one team dominating the server. And well, I like the API guys, they are doing some great stuff, but congrats to Beloved.
Congrats to Beloved.
Yeah, I kind of mirror that. I mean, the summer season this time has been very exciting. There's been a lot of great gameplay, but I'll be honest with you, this grand final between Beloved and API, I'm not going to forget that for a long time. That was nail-biting from the very start to the very finish. And probably every single player, all 14 of them, are all shattered because they've just played their socks off this evening. They really have.
Yeah, 100%.
Your metaphor is driving me crazy, but I will get used to it. Okay, so Nano, Fugit, thank you so much. You're amazing. It's always a pleasure to have you on our live stream. We'll see you.
Bye.
So, Pushka, let's invite Varta, one of the
Varta,
beloved
the
players.
medium monster.
Yeah.
Get him in here.
Truly the legend of this championship. Let's invite him to the studio and
Can
say
drive a
congratulations.
tank, this kid.
Oh, hello everyone, hello all wild western men, you know. I truly respect only our fans. It was as strong as the best final in this season.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And I fully respect our community support, Arthur. And of course, commentator man, you know.
Yes, thank you so much. So, Varta, first of all, the carpet behind you, amazing. 10 out of 10. Your team, amazing. And you are amazing. So thank you so much. You did really great job. And players love you. And it's well deserved. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Exactly. Thank you.
To you and your team.
No, 5-4
Yeah,
point, you know.
great games, mate.
We
Great
know.
games.
that was amazing. That was legendary. I would say that it's one of the best finals we saw during like the whole tournament story.
I've never seen a final where someone would be. It looked like you guys had lost the game. On Oasis Palms, I thought you were done, and then you just came back. And I'm like, he's in the 1-2-1B, he's in that desert, he's not stopping. You get Nelmiri in the side, it was like, oh my god, he's still there, he's not dead. It was great.
No, if describe our match with Reject and with Appa, for example, Castilla, we didn't believe that we win this twice match.
Yeah.
Because damage dealing and another point we have loser.
Yeah, but you did well, man. You came back both times. It was amazing.
So,
yeah,
You made it, you nailed it, and congratulations. So Belov is the strongest team on Europe region. Congratulations, and we'll see you pretty soon in future tournaments. Cheers.
Thank you.
See you,
Thank
mate.
you.
Thank you.
See ya.
So, let me show my tablet for a couple of seconds just to show the legendary 10 winners that will receive 10,000 gold from us for watching this stream. Let me make like this. Oh. I will try to read the names. Boss Muse Land Studio. We can try to downscale, yeah, not to read, but seems like it's not working perfectly. Anyway, we'll duplicate all these names under the stream in the comments so you can find yourself there, but I bet that if you don't see a few letters from the very beginning of your nickname, but you see the rest, you know that you're here. So, guys, we are officially done with Blitz Summer Cups, and it was an honor to host the streams. It was a pleasure to sit near you, my dear
Thanks
legend.
for having me, Alexandra. Absolutely loved it.
Nicknames, once again, $10,000.
Oh, look at them.
10,000 gold! To win $10,000, please go and participate in our tournaments. So, congratulations. Bushka, thank you so much. It
Thank
was
you
a
for
pleasure.
having me. I loved it. That was what a way to finish.
Absolutely.
What a way to finish.
Absolutely. And I hope that in 5 years we'll be sitting here again and recalling these beautiful battles and
Why not?
discussing like how
Why
it
not?
was, how long it was and how beautiful it was.
Been doing it a while. I'd love to do it a while longer.
Guys, thank you so much for watching World of Tanks Blitz tournaments. Thank you so much for playing, and we'll see you pretty soon. We love you. Bye-bye.
Au revoir.